Federation Volleyball Rules Committee in 2001 through 2004, the Western Iowa Coach of the Year in 2015, the NFHS Iowa Volleyball Coach of the Year in 2015, the KMA Sports Hall of Fame in 2016, Iowa Girls Athletic Union Golden Plaque recipient in 2016, and the Iowa Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 2017. Angie has also served 2 different terms for the IGH SAU Volleyball Rules Committee and as an IGCA Volleyball Hall of Fame jury member. While coaching in Red Oak, Angie started the Red Oak Club Volleyball along with Glenn Mason and Sherry Mertz. Angie stated that she worked with the best assistant coaches she could ever ask for. Let's all put our hands together for Coach Angie Spangenberg. Here to present Angie's Hall of Fame plaque to her is her husband, Randy, and family.
be talking about them throughout the night. And, of course, they have the homecoming queens and kings down there as well. They'll name that at halftime as well. So, yeah, a lot going on other than just a football game.
And they're doing all kinds of different types of things this year, especially with the COVID restrictions that they have. And it's good to see a great group of people in the stands for the action tonight. We have both the teams on the field going through the pregame warm-ups and playthroughs. And I'm looking for some good football action tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Greene County's a really good team. They're coming into play here. And they were this state qualifier last year, lost a lot of seniors, but a very good team, 2-2. And we'll talk more about them as we get a little bit closer to the pregame. But it's a beautiful night for football day, and the field's in great shape. Really large crowd, probably the largest crowd I've seen so far this year already.
Good support from the community, and that's always good to see as we have Coach Gelbers meeting with the officials in the middle of the field and getting ready for some other action here as they're reading off with the candidates and some of their backgrounds and how they were nominated, not only the homecoming court, but the Hall of Fame inductees as well. And so a lot of that's going on here before the game. And the
other thing, too, Dan, if they really don't want to listen just to us, they can go to KCSI Facebook and see it live stream right there or KCSI YouTube. We've got our production team of Miss Melanie West and Aaron West here doing a fabulous job.
Boy,
fabulous job.
Sure was fun last night watching that volleyball team on the YouTube channels. I was sitting back in my easy chair. And
on the high def?
The high definition, all there in front of me, and then the great job that Eli and Aaron did describing all the action, and we were able to watch it right there and watch the Tigers just dominate over those Creston Panthers last night.
Absolutely. I'm wondering, can I broadcast a game from the couch? Will KCS let me just sit on my couch and just announce from my couch and watch on TV?
You can do that. I don't know how
nothing against the press box. I mean, this is a lovely press box. It's only 95 degrees in here tonight, but just thinking it might be nice at home.
Oh, it's closer to about 90. It's not too bad in here. I'm glad to see that you're not going to be shivering and cold this week.
Hey, tell me, do you have the list there of who are – let's go through first, Dan, our homecoming king and queen candidates. Do you have a list there somewhere of who they are, and just want to run through those quickly for our audience? And I say,
well, our homecoming court is Arena Brummett. She's the daughter of Tara and Anthony Brummett. She's involved in large group speech, individual speech, fall play, cross country, student council, Tiger Link, National Honor Society, track, concert band, and marching band. And her escort tonight is going to be Ethan Horn. Ethan is the son of Pat and Laura Horn. He's involved in cross country, fall play, band, varsity choir, Student Council, FCA, National Honor Society, mini singers, bowling, spring musical, and golf. And let's see, our next pair of candidates is Chloe DeVries and Fernando Lepe. Chloe is the daughter of Ron and Jackie DeVries, and she's involved in volleyball, cross country, basketball, track, baseball, managing Student Council, Tiger Link crew, Litter Critter crew, and the National Honor Society. Fernando Lepe is the son of Maria Garcia and Hugo Lepe. He is involved in football and basketball. And so that's another pair of couples there. And our next couple are Abby Jones and Alec Axon. Abby Jones is the daughter of Andy and Susan Jones. She is involved in volleyball, basketball, club volleyball, and helping out with the younger kids in the volleyball program. Alec Axon is the son of Angie Eckernau. In his free time, he likes to spend time with the boys and his family and go fishing and hunting. And the next candidates we have are Alexa Mccann and Dominic Britton. Alexa Mccann is the daughter of Jason and Naomi Mccann. She is involved in cross-country, speech, theater, track, softball, FFA, Student Council, Tiger Link crew, and National Honor Society. Dominic Britton is the son of Melody and Shane Rollins, and he's involved in wrestling. And our last pair of candidates are Maya Southwell and Kobe Johnson. Maya Southwell is the daughter of Angela Byer. She is involved in cross-country, choir, mini-singers, yearbook, fall play, and a musical. And Kobe Johnson is the son of Billy King, and he is involved in baseball, volleyball, basketball, and yearbook. And that is your homecoming court.
And I think they named the queen at halftime. Do they name the king at halftime too?
I think they do.
So we'll have that for you at halftime. So let's take a few messages here, Dan, and come back. Sound good?
Sounds great. We'll be back with more football action here on KCSI FM in Red Oak, Iowa. Back here live at Russ Benda Field here in Red Oak, Iowa, as we're going to have football action later tonight with the Red Oak Tigers hosting the Greene County Rams. That's going to come up a little bit later, but like we mentioned earlier, it's homecoming festivities here, and we've got lots of honorees here that we're going to be mentioning tonight.
Did you get to the parade this afternoon, Mr. Krause?
I did not get to the parade this afternoon.
You know, it was a little different. They did that reverse fair concept, and I think it went fairly well. It had a big stream of cars going through, and all the floats and everything stayed stationary, and it was well done in that regard. So I was glad that adjustments were made and give these kids that homecoming experience.
You drove by all the people.
I was located in the YMCA section handing out candy.
You were handing out candy.
I ate most of the candy.
They didn't let you drive through the parade.
No.
That was a good call for the YMCA.
But who was leading our parade as far as the Grand Marshals?
Well,
Dan?
I'm happy to introduce our Grand Marshals for this year. Our 2020 Grand Marshals are Ken and Kathy Blackman. They moved to Red Oak in 1976, where Ken was a history teacher, and he coached for 18 years. In 1993, Ken became He became Red Oak High School Associate Principal and Activities Director for 15 years until his retirement in 2008. For the next 10 years, he was an admissions counselor and recruiter for Northwest Missouri State University, Go Bearcats, retiring in 2018. In the fall of 2018, he returned to Red Oak High School as Assistant Activities Director, retiring once again in 2020. Kathy stayed home raising her two sons until they entered school. She then worked at Jessens Clothing for 14 years and Pioneer Mutual Insurance for 18 years before retiring in 2017. Their son Chad, a 1992 Red Oak High School graduate, and wife Jessie live in Omaha with their son Jacob and daughter Brooklyn. Son Brett and his wife Brandy, both are 1997 Red Oak High School graduates, and they live in Red Oak with their children Ashlyn, Nolan, and Ella. And I think you know those kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, I still call him Mr. Blackman to this day. How about you?
I do, and I call him Miracle Worker because he tried to teach me how to play football.
That's right. He was a football coach when we were there.
He tried real hard.
He was relatively new to the school district when you and I were in school. But,
That's right.
And he came back for a second tenure. You know, he went away, he was kind of came back as kind of I don't want to say like the godfather, but he came like the grandpa. He came back and was kind of like the grandpa of the school district. And I've told him this. He's very good with this.
Well, when you build those relationships over so many years like Ken Blackman has, and you come back to that, you're able to fall back into that position. It doesn't make it any easier, but you are able to have those relationships with the people across the districts and across the state, and that's something that Ken has always excelled at. But I know he did a great job of recruiting students and such for Northwest Missouri State in the time that he was down there and working side by side with my brother-in-law, Larry Mansmith.
Absolutely. And that second tenure when he came back, it was an important time in Red Oak School District because we were transitioning out of the, renovating the new high school. So there was a lot of transition period going on. It was very good to have him back at that time. So congratulations to Ken and Kathy. And Kathy is just an amazing person, just always at the events and cheering on. You can see Kathy at every event. So congratulations to them.
Always instilling that family concept, that we've known to be very familiar with here in Red Oak. But it's just awesome to see the crowd that's here tonight to support not only our Tigers on the field, but all the inductees at our homecoming court, our Hall of Fame inductees, and it's a nice family atmosphere tonight.
Yeah, and it's just really good how they got it set up on this at the field here, Dan. If you can see, if you're on the live stream, you can see it, but they've got the homecoming queen and kings all sitting on the stage on the track with these nice mums around, so it's a really good setting. And then we're not ignoring the Hall of Famers. We're going to be bringing them to our audience throughout the game. They'll be coming up into the booth, and we'll be talking to them during the game. And, of course, we won't go through their bios, Dan, but give us the 4 Hall of Famers that were in 2020 inductees in Red Oak Hall of Fame.
The 4 Hall of Fame inductees. You would have to pull that on me just that
Would you like me to give it to you?
No, the first one is Grace Blumstead. We're going to hear from Grace a little bit later on when they were reading Grace's bio here. Just amazing, the things that she's done and how she's grown as a person here. Of course, Seth Asias is another one of our Hall of Fame inductees. Seth being the outstanding wrestler and football player and all the things that he was involved in, just excelled. Another Hall of Fame inductee this year is Coach Angie Spangenberg. And we all know that the influence that she's had, not only on sports here, but throughout her career, wherever she's been, the excellence that she's brought out in all of her athletes. And our final is Kate Walker, and everybody here in Red Oak knows about little Kate that was on the field, and you see her on the court, or you see her in the volleyball court or the basketball court. You think, oh, what's she going to produce? And man, did she open some eyes, not only here, but throughout her collegiate career as well.
Dan, if this was like Major League Baseball, and you and I are baseball fans, these would be first ballot Hall of Famers, no doubter.
Without a doubt. They wouldn't even have to answer the phone.
And I'm not so sure that a couple of these, if we had a Mount Rushmore of sports, I'm not so sure one or two of these might not be on that Mount Rushmore type thing. They are just amazing athletes, but also very quality people. All four of these are just wonderful human beings, and could not be more proud to have these four representing Red Oak in the Hall of Fame this year.
As you know, Matt, when you put on your program on Saturday morning with Let's Talk Sports, that you don't do a program like that without mentioning these names.
Absolutely.
These are names people have heard. These are names people know and they're familiar with, and have been a big background in Red Oak sports, and they've had a big influence on a lot of kids. As you mentioned, Coach Blackman, you and me when we were playing in sports, but a big influence on a lot of kids here in Red Oak.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back after a few words from our sponsors. You're listening to Red Oak Tiger Football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa.
What number are we on?
Okay, welcome back to all of our folks watching on streaming. Aaron West here. I slipped in here a minute to talk to Dan and talk to Matt. And so, yeah, thanks to all of our folks watching streaming. Our streaming audience is watching here. So, and thanks to them. Dan, you have a big weekend.
Yep, it's a big, long weekend for me.
Give me exciting kind of a passion of yours, right?
That's right. This weekend at the Wilson Performing Arts Center, we'll be performing Rounding Third. It's a reader's theater. It's kind of an adult humor show. It's about people that coach Little League and the two very different kinds of people that do that. Back here at Red Oak Tiger football here at Russ Bunda Field as we're getting through the pregame activities. The Red Oak Tiger marching band is on the field, just finished up Eye of the Tiger to get the crowd all pumped up, and we'll be introducing the players here and starting the game in a few minutes. What do you think, Matt? I know that you just had a conversation with Coach Gelber about the contest tonight. Why don't we go to that interview now?
Okay.
Turner. Welcome back to our folks streaming. Dan, let's finish our conversation from earlier, Dan. So, Rounding Third, it's called. You and Larry Brandstetter, right?
That's right. Larry came to me a couple months ago and said, I got this idea to do a kind of a break-in show, as Wilson has been idle for a little while now. Our break-in show is going to be Reader's Theater. It's going to be something a little bit different, but we invite people to come Saturday night and Sunday afternoon and listen to a story about Little League coaches and the different personalities that can come from when you begin coaching Little League and what it evolves to as the season goes on. And there's some adult humor in it, so it's really not a show for the kids. But I think anybody that's ever been in that position can relate to either one of the characters and how they evolve through the show.
Absolutely. So that should be a lot of fun. Thanks, Dan, to you and Matt for doing what you do. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot we're trying to orchestrate here. So all of our folks watching, though, we want to let you know, call your friends, text your friends, let them know. Search for KCSI Radio on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and you can find a link and watch it there. So I think we have the kinks worked out of it now, and we're going to have our stream going for the rest of the night, hopefully.
Awesome.
So very good. We're going to step away now. Next time we'll get back, we'll have all the radio audience with us, so we're going to step away for a few minutes, and we'll be back here just in a bit.
Tigers and the Greene County Rams. We got activities going on in the stands and on the field. And I tell you what, Matt, how can you not get excited? Homecoming night, as you look through the stands, you see athletes not only from just a couple years ago, but athletes from several years ago. Everybody here to enjoy the game.
Well, even during the COVID era, it's good to see, especially during the COVID era, it's good to see this. Brings homecoming always, as it does, brings the community together, and you see alumni in the stands. You see some folks that typically may not come out to the game out at the homecoming game, and that's exactly what we have, by far our largest crowd of the game. But the hallmark of every homecoming, Dan, is the football game, and that is what it's all about. And the Greene County Rams are in town. You heard Coach Gilbert just pregame. They're a solid team. They're 2-2. They were a state quarterfinalist last year. Dan had a lot of seniors last year, so they lost a lot of seniors, but they got a really good quarterback coming back, or I should say a good junior quarterback that should name Bryce Stadler. He's 36 for 76, Dan, 47%. He's leading the district in passing, Dan, with 508 yards. He's got 5 TDs, but 3 picks also. 42 rushes, 118 yards. His big play receiver is Jackson Warnick. He's a senior. He's got 12 catches for 186 yards. And then Warnick is also very big on the defense side as well. So this is a good team that is going to be right there competing in the district at the top level. They lead the district in TDs, team TDs, reception TDs. They're second in pass yards. This is a team that passes the ball well, but they're balanced. They're not just all pass heavy. They do have a good rush attack. So we'll see what the Tigers have cooked up tonight as well. A couple I know we'll get to lineups here. We've got so much to go through, but there are a couple changes. Sam Fields will be starting at center tonight for the Tigers, and Braden Woods will be starting at left tackle, and he'll be a number switch. So Braden Woods will be number 54. So those of you in the stands might be listening. He normally is 22. Braden Woods will have uniform number 54 tonight with regards to the Tigers. But good game tonight. We have other games going on. Of course, we'll keep scores posted throughout the game and keep everyone up to date on what's going on in football.
Got a lot of things going on tonight. The Greene County Rams down on the north end zone. They're gathering together, getting their pregame plans together. The Little Tigers are approaching the field inside the Big Tiger on the south end, and look for some exciting things going on tonight. No, the Tigers are looking for their first win, but you can't help feel that blood pumping when it gets to homecoming week.
Well, yeah, and they've come off that big rival game against Shenandoah last week, and they were right in that game last week, Dan, right until halftime, and gave out the halftime score up for halftime, but there was some improvement we saw. Especially, I thought last week we rushed the ball a little bit. So we'll see if we can continue that tonight. They're relatively healthy, I think, for the most part, so that's good as well. I wouldn't say Greene County is an exceptionally big team. They look big at their wide receiver slot. They have a 6'5" and a 6'1" guy, so we saw that last week with Mr. Harold and Shenandoah, a big target out there. That can be something the Tigers will have to keep an eye on tonight.
That's right, and lots of different things to look for. One of the things Matt and I are really challenged with tonight, the Greene County Ram uniforms are all white with white letters.
Yeah.
And a very thin outlining on them. So please be patient with us as we try to get you as much information as we can from their side. Of course, the Red Oak Tigers wearing their traditional home uniforms. That's the black uniforms with the orange numbering on there, and that's a lot easier for us to see. So we'll do everything that we can tonight. We're going to take a short break. Play you a couple of messages from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. It's the Red Oak fight song coming from the Red Oak Tiger Marching Band. The entire Red Oak side up on their feet, clapping along. It's homecoming. There's no place like homecoming, Matt.
No, especially this year, it has a little bit more meaning, I think, because everything's been gone through here. It's great to see 3 months ago, we probably know if we'd be having sports, let alone having homecoming. So it's just, I think, makes it even more of a special to it.
How about a shout out to not only the school district that's worked extra hard to have these kids do this, but the kids themselves and the things that they've had to go through just to maintain a learning environment. The fans that are here tonight are separated from row to row because of the distancing that's required. Everybody that stepped up and made this happen, it's just really cool to see it all come together.
Absolutely, and it's cooled off a little bit, so we're going to have good weather here. The sun is down, so that's made it a little bit cooler for players. We had warm weather the last couple of days. It's one thing to have it at the start of the season, but we kind of went through a spell there where it kind of cooled off, and then it cooked up a little bit this week. So
I actually thought I was going to lose my friend Matt to frostbite last week. He got open windows down there in Shenandoah, and I was afraid he was going to go down before we
I was freezing in Shenandoah, and I'm fine. You'll be glad to know I'm fine this evening, Dan.
Well, if you take a little extra padding around like I do, it's never a problem.
Hey, another plug while we're just sitting here waiting for the kickoff. Sunday, Tiger Invitational Golf Tournament. If you have homecoming stuff you still want to do, Sunday is the place. There's the Tiger Golf Invitational, Dan. That's a fundraiser for the Tiger Boosters. Get out there if you want to play. Even if you're not that great, come on out. They'll get you in the team. I believe Greg Brower and Summer Sandholm are the coordinators of that, so get a hold of them, and they'll get you hooked up with the team on Sunday.
And something I want to put into people's minds is there's a lot of things that they cannot do as far as fundraising for the athletic department this year and the activities department. So make it a point to step up and help out in that situation. Give a little bit if you can. If you want to go out and play golf and have a good time, that's fantastic. Put a team together. But consider giving a little extra to that. And, lots of great things happening around this town for support of that. We talk about the United Farmers Mercantile and their Tiger Pump they have down there. Just filled up my truck this afternoon. It's great to see these community businesses that come back and support the schools like they do.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're exactly right. And, especially in a time when the COVID has come through and, it's not quite as much revenue around there in terms of what you might generally get from a gate or from the concessions. Those fundraising things are even more important this year.
That's right. So it's important that we support the people, and it's important that they step up and do what they can to keep the programs going like we have going on here in Red Oak. All right, we got number 51. He is Braden Smith coming out for the Rams. Fernando Lepe is out meeting in midfield for the Tigers. They're going through to show what the results of the coin toss earlier were, and the referee is giving his final instructions there. So he advises that Red Oak has won the toss and has chosen to defer. And the Greene County Rams are going to kick the ball, and they will defend the north goal. So Greene County going from north to south, Red Oak going from south to north, and we're looking for some great football action here tonight, man.
Yeah, it'll be really good. We're more than halfway through the season, Dan, and it's kind of on a downhill stretch towards the end of the season when we'll have the playoff game, but this is a good game for Red Oak. Let's see if they can hang in there in that first half. Like we said, we've always said this all season long, Dan. One play at a time, one series at a time, 1 quarter time. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just play that next play and execute as best you can. And let's see if the Tigers get that done tonight.
And you can hear it from the people that have watched this team throughout the year. You've heard about the growth. You've heard about the things that they're doing. You hear about all the good positive things that the coach talks about. You can actually see it happening here. And sure, they're a young team.
Yeah.
They are undersized for the most part, but they are learning so many different things. And we saw that last week and some of the things we saw them do there in Shenandoah. Different varieties of plays, different things that they were throwing at it. But, one thing that we do not see in these Tigers is they do not quit. They do not. They refuse to lay down. They refuse to let anybody walk all over them. They're going to come out and they're going to play the whole game, and they're going to be in it the whole time and giving it everything they got.
One thing tonight we do need to keep an eye on with that change at center. This is the first change all year at center position. Sam Fields will be that quarterback exchange. We'll see if that changes their game plan, whether from a shotgun snap perspective or if they go more under center. We'll see, but that's something to keep an eye on, at least early in the game, Dan.
Nathan Black is putting the football down on the 40-yard line to kick off for Greene County. We've got Dawson Bond, Riley Fouts, Mr. Sandholm, and Austin Johnson back for the Tigers. It looks like we got 11 on one side. We got 11 on the other side. All right, folks, who's ready for some Tiger football? Black approaches the ball. He kicks it down the middle of the field. It's going to be picked up by Johnson for the Tigers. He's going to pick it up around the 10-yard line, try to the near side of the field. He jukes a couple guys, gets caught from behind around the 22-yard line where the Tigers will take over first down.
Good return there by Austin. Picked the ball up off the bounce and got some positive yardage. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, 22-yard line. Like I say, we'll keep our eye on the offensive line. That's always a key. Seems simple, Dan, but the first thing is get the ball, secure the ball, so you can execute the play.
Red Oak Tigers bring their offense out onto the field. The Rams defense is out there as well. Looks like we've got quarterback Max DeVries is going to come up under center to start the game. He's got 2 running backs behind him and 2 receivers off to the left. Takes the snap.
And there it is.
Covers the ball.
And that's what we were
worried
worried
about. First time.
That's what we're worried about. First time when you get live action like that, you got to secure that ball. We got to secure that ball. Make sure that you get to exchange.
And, with the new center, everything to learn, everything is different, and a little bit of nerves probably with having the job the first time. So we'll see what they do. Lost a couple yards there. Looks like we're going to go 2nd and 12. Ball's been placed on the 19-yard line. Max DeVries under center. He's got 2 running backs behind. He's going to turn and pitch to, looks like, Mr. Bond.
There was a good play. I like that toss pitch there. The Tigers ran a little toss pitch to Dawson. He cut it back in. Rams made a good play on the tackle, but there was a good exchange, a good pitch right there. That's good execution, just a good play there by Rams. They picked up 5 yards on that.
Okay, it's going to be 3rd down and about 7 or 8 yards. Ball's going to be brought back out. Tigers back meeting in the huddle as they bring the offense to the line. Greene County defense has got 4 up front and then 2 wide, 3 in the backfield there.
Tigers showing 2 to the wide to the right here.
DeVries under center. He's going to pass the ball, complete out to the near side of the field. That's complete to Riley Fouts. Riley tries cutting back inside, doesn't get a whole lot of yardage. It's going to bring up a 4th down situation.
Yeah, I think that play was designed for an inside slant there, and Riley tried to complete that route. I think if he'd broke outside, he might have a little bit different yardage there, but the Rams were quick and covered on that. Good play there by the big defensive end, Jesse Miller. He's a big one. He's 6'5" out there, the defensive end position. He's also, you'll see him at the wide receiver position in a few minutes.
We're going to see Jackson warning you right away because the Tigers are going to do the punt.
Woods with the punt.
Right towards the middle of the field. It's a bounce.
Get on it.
Hits.
Fumble.
It hits one of the Rams, and it's covered by Red Oak Tiger.
Absolutely. That was
covered down there by number 17, Aiden Bruce, and the Red Oak Tigers are going to take over on the 46-yard line. Going on the left side of the 50.
Yeah.
But a lot more yardage down and a lucky break for the Tiger offense.
Braden kicked the ball downfield and it hit a Ram player. Didn't know it hit him, so it was a live ball. Tigers saw it, pounced on it. 1st and 10 Tigers at their 47.
And what did they told you, Matt? If you're going to be in the middle of the field, you got to know where that ball is, and that was a bad situation. Max DeVries back in the shotgun position this time. He's got 1 running back there with him. He takes the snap. He's looking downfield and wants to pass. And he passes incomplete.
Yeah, he was got rushed. Max did well to get rid of the ball. It's incomplete. He was getting pressure from both sides there.
Hit in the backfield as he let go of the ball, and it falls incomplete.
We talked last week. That's a good example of step up in that pocket, Dan. If he'd stepped up a couple, and that comes with time. Max is a great freshman, learning the game. Step up in that pocket. He would have a clear lane there.
Okay, we have an indication on the field that they thought that there was a timeout, but that's not the case as the officials have now reset the play clock.
What I don't understand is I thought that was an incomplete pass. It should be 2nd and 10. They're marking the ball back 4 yards, so they rule that a fumble?
It would have to be if they're marking the ball back like that.
That was clearly a pass of mine. But anyway, it's 2nd and 14 for Red Oak.
DeVries under center. He's going to pitch it back to Mr. Johnson. He's going to go to the far side of the field. He makes one guy miss, but as he approaches the sideline there, he's taken down. Gain of about 4 yards.
Gets back to original line of scrimmage. It'll be about 3rd and 10 here for the Tigers.
Good pursuit by that Rams defense. They're following the ball all over.
Yeah.
Going to bring out Ryan Johnson. Going to bring in Landon Kaus for the play here on 3rd down.
Tigers have this field position, Dan. They can take a shot downfield here. You throw a long pass. If it's intercepted, whatever, no biggie. It's just like a punt. So let's see what the Tigers do here on 3rd and 11.
Next, Reeves under center. He's got 2 running backs in the back, 2 receivers off to the right. He takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's got some protection. He's going to turn off to the side. He's going to hold the ball in himself. He's going to run towards the near sideline. We've got penalty flags falling on the field as DeVries is brought down near the 50-yard line.
Nice play there by Max, and I like that they rolled him out here, and he had a run-pass option, decided to tuck it up and got some yardage, but now it's going to look like it's going to come back, Dan.
We got a chop block called against the Tigers, so they're going to bring back that.
Well, they're going to probably decline that, I would think. They'll make it 4th down. I wouldn't think they'd be accepting that. They're marking it off. I guess they're going to go ahead and mark it off, and they're going to push him back and make it 3rd and about, I don't know, a long distance third to Coburg.
That's 15 yards from the side of the infraction, so they're going to move it a long ways back.
Yeah,
I didn't think that Greene County was going to pass up that opportunity.
Well, yeah, that's too many. That's a lot of yards to get back, and I think they're confident they're going to hold the Tigers on this third and incredibly long. Third and whatever it is.
Third and an awfully long ways, as they used to say. 9:05 remains in the first quarter. We're scoreless here at Russ Bender Field. The Tigers have got the ball. And DeVries takes the ball. He's going to go back for the pass, but he's got a quick rush. He's going to get away from that and go to the far side of the field. He's still got the ball, and he's running towards the far sidelines. He's got the tiptoe up the sidelines, makes it as far as the 36 before he's run out of bounds.
Really good play there, right, Max? He avoided a rush, get his stiff arm, picked up positive yards, got a little bit of the yards back, gave Red Oak a little bit more room here on their punt.
Going to mark that ball near the 34-yard line of the fourth down for the Tigers. Braden Woods is going to be back to make the punt for the Tigers this time. Jackson Warnke on back for the Rams. Punt is away. Looks like a fairly good punt. It's going to come to Warnke in the middle of the field. He drops the ball. It's down on the floor and the ground again. Woo. And it looks like Tigers have recovered the ball once again.
Our best play all night's a punt, Dan. We got to just go punt first down. I don't know, but that's a fumble. Dawson Bond pounced on it. First down, Red Oak. We're getting chunks on punt here. So that's first down, Tigers at the Greene County 33-yard line.
That's a nice cover by Dawson Bond in there. He's right on top of the ball, right in the middle of the play. And as Warnke, I don't know, he took his eye off it or something, but he was able to, Bond was able to get right on the ball at that point. So first down, we're going to bring up
first and 10 for the Tigers.
He's under the center this time. He's got two running backs in the back. He takes a snap, first man through. He's going to fight for some yards, positive yards up the middle. That looks like Riley Fouts is the ball carrier, and he's going to gain about 5 yards on that play. He brings up 2nd and 5 for the Tigers.
Dan, we've got Hall of Famers around us all night tonight, and we have our first Hall of Famer has come up to the press box tonight. And you're going to sign, Miss Spangenberg, you're going to sign a volleyball for me before you leave, so I'm going to get you out of we have
Coach Angie Spangenberg.
She's going to join us here as we do the game.
Great to have you here, Coach.
Thank you. It's great to be home.
We're glad to have you, Angie. We got a drive here. We're going to talk to you a little bit and get some feeling from you on volleyball.
Dawson Bond was around on the near side. He gets down the sidelines, and he's got some good positive yards. Going to be run out about the 15-yard line. That's good enough for the first down for the Tigers.
Tigers on the drive. Coach, good to have you here. I didn't hear all your speech, but I know you're glad to be back in Red Oak.
It's always good to be back in Red Oak.
Yeah, I was going through your bio. One of the things about all you Hall of Famers, it took forever to read your bios because you guys have some tremendous athletic careers and accomplishments.
Well, I think I'm probably a lot older than those guys. When you're older, you just have more years.
Dawson Bond with a hand up going up to the middle of the line, but he stopped right away on the line of scrimmage, no gain.
I always like to ask people, such as yourself, that had such a large career, who are some of the most influential people that you've had in your career? Maybe a coach or someone along the line that kind of influenced you. We always think of family and friends, of course, but outside of that, who would you have?
Oh my gosh, that is a great question, and there's probably a million answers. But certainly, my parents had tremendous influence over me on the importance of education. And doing your best at whatever it was that you were supposed to be doing and being accountable. So I would say my parents, my in-laws, Joyce and Ed Spangenberg, always so supportive, and I think great examples of servant leaders.
Absolutely. What do we got going on there?
Nice play there by DeVries. Passed it off to Bond. Bond found some room on the right side of the line. Worked the ball all the way down to the 4-yard line. Tigers are knocking on the goal line.
And we know we had the right person in the booth because Coach has brought good luck to the booth, Dan.
I'm just going to be quiet. Let's keep this going.
We got a drive going here, Coach, so let's hang on, Coach. Hang with us. Here we go. Go ahead, Dan.
DeVries is under center. He's going to take the snap. He pitches it back to Bond. Bond's going to try the other side this time. Lots of white over on that side, and then gets run down fast. Brought down in the backfield for a loss of a couple yards.
So are you a football fan? What is your college football team?
Well, I really don't want to get kicked out of here, but my family is a Husker family. I know I'm outnumbered up here.
Nice to have you for the interview, Coach. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you, Dan. Goodbye.
No, that's good. No, they'll be playing in a couple of weeks, Coach. They'll be playing in a couple of weeks.
I know. It's unfortunate who they're playing right off, but you got to beat the best to be the best.
Absolutely.
2nd and 6, ball's on the 6-yard line as DeVries comes under center. He's got 2 running backs in the back, 2 receivers off to his right. He takes the snap. He's going to turn, hand it off to Robbie Fouts. Robbie's going to fight his way up the
Touchdown.
It's a touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, Riley Fouts.
Woo. Coach, thank you. Thanks. Stay right here. You don't go anywhere. Coach is staying right in the booth with us.
6:14 remains in the first quarter. Red Oak Tigers draw first blood tonight in homecoming. There's no place like homecoming in Red Oak.
Riley Fouts with a touchdown. I think that's the first time we've been in the lead all year, Dan, so it's great to see that.
He's going to set up to kick the extra point here. Looks like Dawson Bond is up to kick. The point is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. You got 6:14 remains in the first quarter. Red Oak Tigers lead the Greene County Rams 7-0. We're going to take a short break to hear from some of our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa.
Greene County 0.
Lori, just one commercial. We'll come right back. And then I'll take it, Dan, with Angie, okay?
I don't know where Dan went.
Russ in the field where the Red Oak Tigers scored a touchdown. They're up 7-0 over Greene County with 6:14 to go in the first quarter. Visiting with our Hall of Famer, Coach Angie Spangenberg. Whoa, careful. We've got stuff falling in the ceiling. Are we okay, Coach? There we go.
I am. Not
we got so
sense into
excited.
me.
There's lights falling everywhere here, Coach. Coach, we talked about some influences on you. You have a remarkable career in Red Oak. What are some memories, some more memories you think of in terms of your Red Oak career? I'm sure there's anything that just kind of jumps out at you.
You know, there's so many memories. It would be hard to pick just one. I've just loved watching kids have fun. I can remember our first state tournament that we went to, and my husband and I were at John and Sandy Phillips' house, and I was calling media because you couldn't just use your computer and type in the scores. So I was calling them, and we got a phone call from the police, and they said, Coach Spangenberg, your house is being toilet papered. And they were just doing their job, and I said, it's okay. And they're like, you're okay with that? And I said, yeah. And so we took pictures, and, I mean, they did a quality job. I don't think Red Oak had toilet paper for 2 months.
There you go. Of all the things, you remember that.
And the next year, we drove by, and our police were out there throwing toilet paper with the kids.
They joined in.
Only in a small town. It was awesome. So our kids dressing up, our fans, our student body dressing up. It's so much fun to see what they came up with. I think working with kids, just the journey itself was important for me.
Is it special when you work with them? One thing that jumps out of all your accolades, the thing that to me jumps out, started Red Oak Club Volleyball with Glenn Mason. That seems to me to be kind of the seed that was planted in Red Oak a long time ago for volleyball.
Thank you. And Glenn was really the mastermind
and Sherry
behind
Mertz.
that. And Sherry took care of all the financial things and got us into tournaments. But we knew we had to play in the off season, but we also wanted to make sure we didn't step on the sport in season. And so we would schedule all of our club things away from anything that had to do with basketball at that time. So I think it made our kids understand that if you want to be good, we certainly weren't very tall, we had to outwork people. And they bought into that, and so did their families, and certainly our middle school coaches and club coaches, who actually were our high school and middle school coaches. They committed themselves year round.
What was the first year you played volleyball?
The first year I coached volleyball was 1990. Here, I think they might have started about 1980.
Yeah, back in 80.
Yeah.
I say, because I think at Meyer, maybe it just started. I'm much older than you back in the 80s. But I go through your record here. Your overall volleyball coaching record, overall between Red Oak and Harlan, 623 wins, 162 losses, and I guess 22 ties. 14 state tournaments. This is overall your entire coaching career. 9 Hawkeye, 10 titles, 3 state runners-up, 2 state championships. And your 2 state runner-ups for Red Oak were back-to-back years. Is that correct?
Yes, they were back-to-back here.
Yeah, and that's an amazing. And then I go through all the accolades as far as the awards you had in terms of that, and it's just amazing. I think the biggest thing, you're an educator. 22 years as a high school social studies teacher.
Yeah, I think I've been blessed, really. I do something I love to do. Not everybody can say that. And
Absolutely.
I was guided in the right direction, and I had great faculty encouragement and support as a first-year, second-year teacher, and even at the end of my career, a lot of support. And it's hard to survive in education without that kind of support.
Rams.
So very blessed to do something that I've loved doing.
Rams had the ball. They had first down. They made it 9 yards. Got another running play trying to go up the middle, and he breaks it out to the far side, moving out towards the outside. Enough yardage for a first down over the 50-yard line down to the 47. Be a first down for the Rams.
Tell me, husband, family, grandkids?
Randy Spangberg's my husband, been my husband for 40 years and my best friend. I have three adult children that I'm very proud of and graduates of Red Oak High School. And Jared Brock and Paige have awesome 2 daughters-in-laws, Tricia Fisher Spangenberg and Christina Jens Spangenberg, and then Bo Bomber is my son-in-law. And I couldn't have asked for any better. We have a lot of fun, and I have 9 grandchildren. I said earlier, it's kind of like we have our own team.
Stalter brought down in the backfield by the Red Oak Tiger defense. It's going to be 2nd and 15 now for the Rams.
You do have your own team. That's great to see. So what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm Dean of Students at Harlan Community Middle School, and so every day is different, and every day is fun, and it's also can be challenging. But I do leave every day, usually laughing about something that happened. So I'm grateful for that. I have a great principal, Bill Mueller, that I work with, and Cindy Redler. Work closely with her. And I feel like our middle school staff and teachers do a really good job. It's tough times right now, but I feel like the attitude that the adults have has a lot to do with how we get through it.
Morton's pass to Goff is complete. It brings up 3rd and 9 for the Rams.
Go ahead, Dan. Give us this play.
They're back in the shotgun position, waiting for the snap. He looks back for the play confirmation from his coach.
Big play here for Red Oak, Dan. If we get a hold here, it'll be a big stop defensively.
Bryce Stalter back in the quarterback position for the Rams. He's got 1 running back behind him. He takes a snap. He's going to throw the ball off to the far side of the field. The ball is going to fall incomplete and off to the sidelines. Brings up a 4th down situation for the Rams.
Coach Spangenberg is not leaving. Lock the door. Lock the door of the press box. Don't let her out. We even had a light fixture fall on her head. She's still hanging in there on us. So.
Oh, she's tough. I tell you, we know she's tough when she does that.
Now,
Lights falling from the sky can only be a good sign of things that might be happening tonight. Fourth down situation for the Rams. We've got Johnson and Bond back for the Tigers. Stalter is back to punt for the Rams. 4th and 9 situation for the Rams. Stalter punts the ball, and he's going to go to the far side of the field. It's angling towards the sideline, and it looks like it's going to run out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Tigers will take over there, first down.
Tigers set up in good field position there, 1st and 10 on their 35-yard line. So, Coach, I know Randy a little bit. I've known you a little bit. Now, your husband's a big Cardinal fan. You're sitting between a Cub fan and a Royals fan. So are you a Cardinal fan?
I definitely am a Cardinals fan.
So
I do really like the Cardinals.
Okay, I thought so.
I'm gonna say there was some
Royals fan,
family influence in that before she even met Randy, probably.
It could have been Dan. We do like the Royals.
403.
I'm not going to even comment
You're
on the
not
Cubs. No.
403.
Yeah.
403 left in the first quarter. Tigers up 7-0. They got the ball. DeVries takes a snap from the center and gives it off to Bond. Bond's going to break off on the right side. He's going to get good positive yardage, gain of about 4 or 5 yards, bringing down 2nd and 5 for the Tigers.
Tiger offensive line really opened a big hole there, Dan. Good to see that first down run. That establishes now you got a run-pass option here. I bet you they keep it on the run. Coach, what else we need to know about you? Any other thoughts about Red Oak and your time here in Red Oak?
Oh gosh, just very grateful for it. It's kind of like you blink and there it is. So the friendships that you have, the memories, the journey. I talked about that a little bit before. I know it's important in the state tournaments and the trophies and things, but it's the journey that you have with people that's what's lasting. I think how you treat each other is the most important. I won't ever forget, I think, this group of girls. It was Carmen Cox, Esty Houston, Jenny Doty, that group of girls. Right. I don't want to start naming names because I don't want to forget anybody, but, it was 9/11, and we'd all watched it at school what was going on, and I think everybody in this booth would probably remember where they were at. Right. And, they talked about playing or not playing.
3rd and 5 for the Tigers. DeVries takes the snap. He pitches it off to Bond. Bond tries the near side of the field.
Nice move.
No, here's a couple people. He's got an open field out in front of him. Dawson Bond down to the 20. He's down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, Dawson Bond.
Woo! I'll tell you what, Dan, that was a good cut there by Dawson. He cut up, made that man miss, and he turned on the jet burners down the sideline.
Talk about blocking. Talk about execution. Everything about that play went right.
Tigers up 13-0. The door is locked. Coach is staying right here. You're bringing us good vibes, Coach. You're not leaving anywhere. But this is what you see, what we're seeing here, right, with this crowd. This is what sports can do for a community. You know, even when you're not winning the game, it brings the community together, and this is just a great, great thing tonight.
Bond's going to put the tee down around the 10-yard line. Snap back to DeVries. Bond has the kick up, and it is good. That's right. 2:45 remains in the first quarter. Your score, Red Oak Tigers 14 and Greene County Rams 0.
Coach, thank you so much for coming up and interviewing with us, and congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction.
Thank you.
Well merited.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank Jerry and Marilyn. Jerry did so many of our games, and without him, I think it would have been tough to build what's been built here for the volleyball program. And good luck to Angie Montgomery and her staff. They've done awesome, and I can't wait to watch them play.
There you go. The Hall of Famer, Angie Spangenberg. Thanks, Coach. Let's cut commercials. We'll be right back after a few commercials.
You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football from Russ Bend Field here in Red Oak, Iowa, where the Red Oak Tigers have taken a 14-0 lead over the Greene County Rams. 2:45 remains in the first quarter. Man, what great execution on that last play, Matt.
Well, here's what we've seen so far, Dan. We've seen Red Oak capitalize on 2 turnovers and make something of it. And that is what we talk about. It's not so much the team that may always play the best. It's a team that doesn't play the worst. And in this case right here, Red Oak has gotten 2 big punt recoveries that have changed the game so far.
Punt is kind of a squibber to the far side, and then cuts back
down
to the middle, and he's got one to beat. And he's tripped up and brought down near the 35-yard line. Nice advance there by the Rams. I think it was.
Well, these numbers are going to be really folks.
It's hard to tell who the ball carrier was. I believe Chase Hansen was the one who made the tackle for the Tigers.
We can see the Tiger numbers, but if any folks are watching this on live stream, it is very difficult to see the numbers on the Rams jerseys.
2:37 remains in the first quarter. Red Oak Tigers leading the Greene County Rams 14-0. Greene County's going to bring their offense out. They're still talking on the sidelines on what they're going to do.
And the Rams are set up in good field position here at the 35 of the Tigers. So let's see if the Tigers going to make a stand here. It'd be nice to maintain this lead to get through this first quarter. 2:37 to go. Red Oak up 14-0 over Greene County.
Stalter up under center this time. He's got 2 running backs behind him as the Ram offense gets ready to go. Stalter takes a snap. He's going to pitch it back to the far back, number 15. He's going to come to the near side and try to get around the side, and he's going to get a good gain of yardage. That was Jackson Morton, the ball carrier for the Rams.
It's coming back, Dan. There's a hold out here. They had our defense in grab. This is maybe coming back.
No wonder they made so many yards on that play. Let's see what the field officials have to tell us here.
Yeah, we got.
It's going to be a holding call against the Rams, so yes, that will be coming back. They did make a good amount of yardage on that, but it's going to come back 10 yards.
Yeah, that's. When you see something that wide open on that side, something's going on because our defensive end just couldn't get out there, and that's the reason why.
They're going to mark this off. It's going to bring the ball back to near the 42-yard line. So it's going to make it 1st and 20 for the Rams. Good pursuit by the Red Oak Tiger defense that time. They just couldn't get to the runner. It's kind of difficult to do when they're getting held like that.
Yeah, Red Oak set in their set 4-3 defense. Playing straight up right now.
Stalter back under center this time. He's got 3 running backs in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to fake the handoff and play action. He's going to go for a pass towards the middle of the field.
Nice play
by
Ryan.
Pass was broke up.
Ryan Johnson made a nice play.
Looks like a pass was out to Jackson Warnke and fell incomplete. Good defense by the Tigers.
Rams had him beat. He's had 2 or 3 steps on Ryan. Ryan closed on him well, got the hand up, and knocked the ball away at the last minute. That would have been the 6 for Rams. So nice play there by free safety Ryan Johnson.
And really, he was the only one in the area, but a couple of Tiger defenders back there covering him did a good job of closing in on the coverage and making that pass go incomplete. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 20 for the Rams.
The key on that deep pass play, though, that keeps the Tigers honest. So let's see what we have. You have to defend the whole length of the field here defensively for the Tigers.
Stalter's going to come back in the shotgun formation this time. He's going to have 1 running back in the back, two receivers off to each side. He's going to look to the near side. He's going to pass the ball, and it falls incomplete. Pass was intended for Jackson Morton that time, just a little bit out of his reach. Nice defense by the Tigers,
Just
though.
a simple little down and out, and they couldn't connect, dropped the ball, passed a little bit high, but there's a couple Tigers that had their hats right there in case he did catch it. So it's 3rd and 20, Dan.
Yes.
Another big defensive play right here for the Tigers with 2:14 to go.
And you can actually feel the confidence in that Tiger defense out there as they're covering.
Well, the Rams are going pass heavy here this series, so you're going to see it here. You got trips to the right.
Stalter's back in the shotgun position. One running back behind him, triple receivers off to the right side. He takes the snap. He's looking to that right side. He's going to be in the backfield. A little bit of pressure. He gets the pass up, and the pass is up and completed, and he's run out of bounds near the 15-yard line.
Yeah, the really good run pass. He rolled out and threw a dime there, Dan, about 25 yards down the field. Nice catch by the Ram player.
15, Jackson Morton on that. A nice gain that way. Good defense by the Tigers, though. He had to put the ball in just the right spot.
That was a beautiful play. I mean, that throw was on the money. He had a tight window there with that ball, and he got it in there.
So the ball is now around the 12-yard line. We're going to be 2:06 remaining in the first quarter. The Red Oak Tigers lead the Greene County Rams 14-0. Quarterback is under center. He's going to give it to the second man through. He's going to cut through the middle of the field. Nice gain up there.
Down
Number
about the
15
2-yard
is
line.
Jackson Morton.
Down about the 2-yard line. That's what that pass game opens. When you run that deep vertical pass game, that opens that run game there because it keeps your defense off balance as what you'd expect there.
So 2nd and 1 for the Rams. Ball is down on the 2-yard line. Stalter under center this time. 3 running backs in the back. He's going to hand it to the second man through. It's going to be Morton. Morton is through on the right side and in for a touchdown for the Rams.
Yeah, this is the power play off tackle. Rams come back and get 6 on the board.
Tiger defense had their hands on him, but he just kept turning until he got into pay dirt. So if the 135 remains as the Rams set up for the extra point, he had Red Oak Tigers 14, Greene County Rams 6. Looks like they're going to be kicking the extra point. Is that number 3 out there, Matt?
Boy, you got me down. I believe so, yeah.
Nathan Bain
hard to
out there
see.
kicking for the Rams. Snap is back, down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So for 135 remains in the first quarter, it's the Red Oak Tigers leading the Greene County Rams 14-7. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football from Russ Bend to Field as the Greene County Rams have just scored and are kicking off to the Red Oak Tigers. It's going to come up to one of the upbacks, and he's going to bring towards the middle. Looks like Riley Fouts. He's going to try to dance through some of the defenders still on his feet, and he brings the ball out to the 34-yard line. Nice advance for the Tigers.
Let's see if the Tigers can answer back here. One thing when you got a pass-heavy team, Dan, like Greene County, that clock just does not move fast. They took about less than a minute to get that touchdown on the board last time. So I think it'd be good if the Tigers they get a little sustained drive. Even if they don't score here, keep the ball for a while. Keep a little possession game here.
But good tight defense for the Red Oak Tigers. Just happened to put the ball in the right place in a couple different times. Max DeVries is going to bring the offense out. He's going to go under center this time. He's got 2 running backs in the back, 2 receivers off to his right. The field officials blow the whistle for play. DeVries takes the snap. He's going to hand the first to Fouts. Fouts breaks through in the middle of the field. Got a nice gain of about 6 yards before he's brought down by the Ram defense.
The Rams had a run blitz up the middle. They ran right by it. Riley Fouts ran right by him, like 2 trains passing in a night, and Riley got really good first down yardage there. 2nd and 3 for the Tigers at the 41.
Like some good recognition by the Tiger offense there to run by that and make a good, nice advance of the yardage. So we got 2nd and 3, balls on the 41-yard line. Less than a minute left to go in the first quarter. Max DeVries is going to come up under center with the ball near the 41. He takes the snap. He's going to turn and hand it off to, looks like, Fouts again. Fouts is going to move toward the middle of the field. He's going to be brought down after the gain of a couple.
Yeah, Riley does a really good job. They had this almost same play again, and the same thing. He sidestepped on-running blitzer there and almost got the first down.
Yep, they're going to give him first down on that. First down Tigers by the run by Riley Fouts.
Exactly what we want to see here. Kind of eat that clock up, keep that clock ticking, get the ground game going here a little bit. So far, the Red Oak Tiger offensive line is just doing a wonderful job. And we, like I said before pregame, we had some changes in there.
Play comes in from the sidelines. We're bringing the offense up to the line. Max DeVries is going to be under center. 2 running backs in the back, 2 receivers off to the right. They're going to hand it off to the first running back. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain at that time.
Went to the well one too many times there. They were ready for that. It was the 3rd time he ran that play in a row.
Looks like Patrick Dougherty and big number 75, Kadrick Kinney, making the stop for the Rams at that time.
And I think that'll be it, Dan, for in the first quarter. I think the Tigers let the clock run down here in the first quarter.
So it's going to be 2nd and almost 11 for the Tigers. Ball on the 44-yard line. That's it for the first quarter play. Live here from Rust Bend Field in Red Oak, Iowa. It's your Red Oak Tigers leading the Greene County Rams 14-7. We'll be back after a few messages from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Back here at Rust Bend Field in Red Oak, Iowa, where the Red Oak Tigers are leading the Greene County Rams 14-7. Seem to be having an equipment issue with Riley Fouts. He's going to be replacing something over here on the sidelines.
Yeah, some sort of a belt issue. They're going to bring in replacement for him on this play. They're going to bring in Dante Bockham here on this play. So far, so good for the Tigers here offensively. They got a 2nd 11. Positive yard. Don't have to get it all here, Dan, but get some positive yardage.
Max DeVries under center. He's got 2 running backs behind him. He's going to turn and throw back to the second running back, Mr. Johnson. Johnson's going to try the far side of the field, but is going to get caught back behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1 or 2 by the Ram defense.
Toss sweep to the short side of the field. Tough sledding over there. It'll be 3rd and got back to the original line of scrimmage there, so it'll be 3rd and 10, 3rd and 10 and a half here.
So Mr. Fouts comes back in after the equipment replacement. They got another play coming in from the side.
Yeah, I like to see here with this open side of this field here. Let's see if we get a max on a rollout with a RPO here. That's run pass option. That's pretty fancy right there, Dan.
That's pretty good, man. I'm glad for you.
RPO.
This time you're still putting 3 letters together. That's awesome.
I heard that in a college game last week.
Max DeVries under center this time. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look towards the middle of the field. He's going to put the pass away. It's down the field, and it's picked off by number 10 of the Rams. He's going to run towards the far side of the field, going to try back towards the middle, but he's brought down there by number 58 for the Red Oak Tigers, Cole Thornton. That's an interception thrown by Max DeVries.
Yeah, that pass a little bit short there, but our receiver's got to make the adjustment and come back and fight for that ball.
Yeah, the Ram defense was right on the receiver that time, and as the pass was seen that it was short, the receiver held up, and the defender held up, but the receiver kept going.
I think Coach Gilbert there wanted a little contact there. I think that's what he's talking to the referee about. But nonetheless, the Rams have the pickoff, and they are set up 1st and 10 at their 48-yard line, Dan.
Tigers turn over the ball. 11:03 remains in the first half. Ball's going to be on the 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Rams. Stalder's back in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to the running back going up, trying up the middle of the field. He's going to gain 3 or 4 yards before he's stopped by number 68 for the Tigers, Luke Sperling.
Yeah, really good play there by Luke. He fought off his block and made a good tackle there and got him on the ground. Sets up a 2nd and 7 here for the Rams.
Seems like the Tiger defense is recognizing those holes and the places they need to fill in on that run game.
Well, this is a tough offense, Dan. They're a run, like we said pregame, they're a balanced team between run and pass, and they can go vertical and they can go power. Right now it looks like they're in a power formation.
Stalder is under center this time. He's going to pitch back to the second man. He's going to put it on the ground and then pick it back up again. But he's going to approach the line of scrimmage, and that's about all he's going to get as the Tiger defense stops him there with little to no gain.
Yeah, the ball hit the ground, but it bounced right back up in the Rams' hands, and then the Tigers are all over him, so hold them to no gain. Here's that big 3rd down play again, Dan. They converted last time on their series on the big 3rd down and long. Let's see if the Tigers can hold him here on this 3rd and long.
Jackson Morton, the ball carrier that time, 3rd and 7, ball on the 49-yard line. And it looks like he's going to go from a shotgun position that time. 3 receivers off to the left, 1 off to the right.
Chase Sandholm out here on single coverage.
He's going to put it up the middle, and they're going to try that, but it's going to get stopped after about 3 yards. Good job by the Red Tiger defense.
Nick Fouts with a big stop there for the Tigers. That's going to set up a 4th and 5 here. Let's see if the Rams go for this so they punt. This is where you got to be careful, Dan, on this hard count here. Don't jump on this if they're lined up for it.
That's right. Nathan Black, the ball carrier for the Rams. They're going to 4th and 4, ball on the 46-yard line.
I think the Tigers will just play this straight up. They probably won't drop a guy back. Looks like the Rams are setting up in a formation, a power formation to go for it here.
Stalder's going to come up under center, 3 running backs into the back. He's going to give it to the second man through. He's going to turn off the right side, and he's got open field in front of him. I don't know if he'll get caught by the defenders. Doesn't look like he's going to. That's number 15, Jackson Morton. Yeah. He's going to run it in for a touchdown for the Rams.
He's gone on that. They just popped it through. We had stacked the line, and once you break that line, you got open field, and there's a foot race to the end zone, and Rams score a touchdown.
9:13 remains in the first half. The score right now is Red Oak Tigers 14, Greene County Rams 13. Greene County is setting up for the point after the touchdown. Looks like they're going to kick. Ball's going to be placed on the 10-yard line. Once again, we apologize. The uniform numbers are really hard to read. The kick is up, and it hits the crossbar.
No good.
And no good. So it's going to fall short. Red Oak Tigers remain in the lead with 9:13 remains in the first quarter. Red Oak Tigers 14, Greene County Rams 13. We're going to take a break here from some of our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Red Oak Tigers are set up on the field to take the kickoff as the Greene County Rams have just scored. We got 9:13 remains in the first half. Red Oak leads Greene County 14-13 in probably one of the best ball games we've seen so far this year, Mr. Davis.
So far, so good for the Tigers. They need to hang in there on this, and we got 9 minutes to go until half, and I think Tigers would be good to get a good offensive series going right here.
Kickoff is a good one right down the middle of the field. Now it comes to Johnson. He's going to try to get to the ball, but it's going to go over his head and into the end zone for a touchback.
Tigers will be set up 1st and 10 from their 20 here. And key here, get some good execution off their offensive play. We've talked about it pregame. We talked about it so far in the first quarter. That is not make mistakes for either team. When you make mistakes, you give it to the team. So just good execution, and things will happen hopefully in a positive way for the Tigers.
Ball's going to be placed out on the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Oak Tiger offense as they bring the play in from the side.
The Tigers that so far, one thing I noticed, Dan, defense at Greene County, they're still laying out to stop the run, which could be something down the road here for the Tigers with popping a pass, because it seems like the only way the Rams can really stop the run is when they stack the line.
DeVries brings his offense to the line. He's going to go under center. He's got 2 running backs in the back, 2 receivers off to the left side. DeVries takes the snap, and he's going to give it to the first man through. Looks like Fouts. He's going to try to dance through a couple of guys, but he's brought down in the backfield of the Tigers and no gain.
Yeah, we've gone to that little trap play inside a couple times now, mostly on first down.
Loss of 3 on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 13. Ball's going to be down near the 17-yard line.
And the Rams are looking for that, so we'll see what set up here for second. We need to be careful here. The Tigers are going to be careful, and they're deep in their territory here. We do not want to turn the ball over here deep in your territory.
The front four for the Rams defense is some pretty big guys, but they're getting through the line there, and they're reading that run. So we're going to have to try something else. DeVries under center. He's going to take the snap with 2 running backs in the back. He pitches it to the second running back. But Mr. Bond is going to try to cut back and get back towards the middle of the field, but he's brought down before he gets to the line of scrimmage again for another loss.
Yeah, toss sweep there. Rams are all over that, 3rd and long here. Again, just execute your play. No turnovers down here in your end. Just get what you can get here and take care of the ball.
Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 15, ball down near the 15-yard line. 8:08 remains in the first half. Tigers lead the Rams 14-3 so far in the game. Mr. Max DeVries is going to bring his offense to the line. He's going to line up under center. 2 running backs in the back, 1 receiver off to the right, 1 off to the left. He's going to take the snap. He's back looking to pass. He's going to dump a pass off towards the middle. It's going to be a nice reception, and he tries in towards the middle of the field, but he's brought down after a short gain.
A little inside screen there to Riley Fouts. Completed the pass, avoid a couple tacklers, but too many Rams there. 4th down for the Tigers. Will be punting the ball.
So that's going to bring Jackson Warnke back, but for the Rams, he's going to be right at the midfield stripe.
And Braden Woods is back to punt for the Tigers. Braden's got a good leg. I'll watch him in practice this week. Let's see if he can get a good one off here.
Snap is back. Woods picks it up off the ground, gets the punt away. It's a good punt towards the middle of the field. It's going to bounce in front of Warnke. He's going to pick up on it, go to the far end of the field. He's going to go towards the far sidelines, and he's got some speed. He's going to break free on the far side, get through a few defenders, and walk into the end zone for a touchdown for the Rams.
Yeah, he just went down the sideline and scored on the Tigers. Tigers did not seem to pick up that ball well in that punt turn coverage. He had a pretty wide open lane down that left side, and he turned on the burner. He's a big guy. He can move pretty quick.
7:08 remains in the first half. The Rams have just taken the lead for the first time in the game. They now lead 19-14 over the Red Oak Tigers. They're going to set up to kick the extra point here.
Yeah, I thought they maybe might go for 2 here since they missed that last PAT, but it looks like they're set up here for right now and a kick.
Exchanging the footballs on the field. Of course, you got to have the ball from the team out there. Officials are discussing the situation.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the
referee still got his hand in the air, so we're not going to continue play until we get this discussion over with here.
I'm not sure what they might be figuring out where they're eating after the game. I don't know, Dan. That could be.
Oh, the other official's back in the end zone now for the kick. Here we're all set up for the point after touchdown. The snap is back to punt down. The kick is up and away, and it is good. So with 7:08 remains in the first half, Greene County Rams have just taken the lead for the first time in the game. They lead the Red Oak Tigers 20-14. We'll be back after a couple words from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. For the Greene County Rams to get onto the field to kick off here after they've just scored. We have 7:08 remains in the first half. Greene County has just taken the lead for the first time in the game. They lead the Red Oak Tigers 20-14. Tigers are all set up on the field.
Some of the scores here, Dan, real quick. I'll jump them in. Clarinda Cardinals are up on Shenandoah 28-3 in the first quarter. It's a little surprising that spread there. That's a Page County Super Bowl. Lewis Central 21, Glenwood nothing in the first period. Griswold 6, East Union nothing in the first period. And Riverside 21, Sydney nothing also in the first quarter.
Looks like we've got Sandholm, Gilliland, Bond, and Johnson back for the kickoff. Number 28 for the Rams is going to be kicking, Nathan Black.
Yeah, it'd be important for Tigers here to get some good field position to start this offensive series and get a little bit of this mojo back that we started to get Tigers started the game with.
Nice kick. Bounces right on the goal line and goes into the end zone. So they'll bring out the touchback for the Tigers to take over on the 20-yard line.
Someone go get Coach Spangenberg and bring her back up here, would you please?
I think we're going to have to pay for her to be in the booth
Go
the
get
whole
her.
time.
Bring her back up here. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, the 20. That kid's got a good leg, by the way, for Greene County. He's kicked him in the end zone here.
You just imagine all the people that are talking to her down there and the crowd and all around all of our Hall of Fame inductees this year. It's good to see.
Absolutely it is.
Max DeVries has brought the Red Oak Tiger offense out on the field. They took over on the 20-yard line. DeVries is going to come up under center this time. He's going to have one running back out behind him, 2 receivers off to each side. Take the snap. It's going to be a jet sweep around the outside to Johnson. Johnson's going to go to the far end of the field. He keeps churning and burning. He got about a good 5-yard gain on that play. It's bringing up 2nd and 5 for the Red Oak Tiger offense.
Yeah, good little positive yardage here. 1st down. Gives you something here to work with on 2nd down.
We'd really like to give you the Greene County players that are involved, but those numbers are just almost impossible to read.
Yeah, I'm just
very difficult to see from the press box.
I've given up on that, Dan.
Yep, we'll get you the information as much as we can as the key players. 2nd and 5 for the Red Oak Tigers. DeVries is going to come up under center again. He's going to have one running back in the backfield, 2 receivers off to each side. Once again, he takes the snaps. He's going to hand it to the first guy through this time. Looks like Mr. Faust is going to get stopped on the line. Not much gain there.
Yeah, and I think the big guy in the middle for them is Mason Stream. He's our big stud on the defense off the line. He made a good play off our nose guard. You know, with Sam Fields is doing a great job in their center tonight. You know, it's not just snapping the ball, Dan, but you're blocking as well at center.
That's right.
So
got a lot of assignments when you got that job.
Sam's moved over from his guard position.
3rd and 5, ball on the 25-yard line. Let's see what the Red Oak Tiger offense can do here to get some positive yardage down and get a 1st down. Max DeVries is going to come up under center. He's going to have one running back in the back, 2 receivers off to each side. Once again, sweeping running back onto the side. Looks like he's going to try to gain it up the middle, but looks like he may have dropped the ball, put it on the ground, but recovered by the Tigers. Going to bring up a 4th and 5 situation.
Yeah, and just nothing there for the Tigers up the middle there. But, you know, what we set up here, the Tigers set up with the punt. Need to flip that field position. You know, with that first quarter we had, the Tigers had field position all that first quarter. Need to get that field position flipped somehow and make the Rams have to go distance.
See if the Tigers can kick the ball somewhere other than right at Mr. Warnicki this time.
And cover the punt. Now it looks like we might have a Ram player. It might have jumped.
We got some movement by the Tiger line, I'm afraid.
The Tigers?
Flags all over the field. Yeah, we had the defender here on the side of the Tigers line that kind of lost his balance and started backwards, and you know that's not the direction he was supposed to go.
Hey, it looks like we've got another Hall of Famer just sauntered in the booth.
Mr. Seth Asias has joined us in the booth here. It's good to have him here. We'll be talking to him in a few minutes. 4th and 10 now as we move the ball 5 yards back, and we're going to go for a punt situation here. Warnicki's in the middle of the field all by himself for the Rams. Snap is back. The punt is away, and it goes right towards the middle of the field. Warnicki calls for a fair catch, but it's going to be hit by a Red Oak Tiger and down by the 44-yard line.
We're here with Red Oak Hall of Famer Seth Asias. Seth, congratulations.
Hey Matt, thank you. It's good to be up here with you.
Yeah, good to have you up here. And we were talking to all the nominees tonight, but it takes forever to go through your bios of all you guys. You guys have these long, distinguished awards and lists and everything.
Yeah, I suppose you kind of expect that for someone who's going to get inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. But you know, Seth, it's amazing. I think look at your career, and when I look at your career, I think of it kind of as the onset of the Podliska wrestling career in Red Oak, and you're one of the early ones on that.
Yep, I was fortunate enough to get Tegan in there my senior year, and honestly, after that year, I don't think Tegan ever looked back once, and he's just been hammering away, chipping at the stone, and here he is with. Oh man, he gave me some stats, and it was like we had 9 medalists. Now I could be wrong on a couple of these, but 9 medalists before. I won my state championship, and Tegan was there, and since I think we've brought home 11 medals.
That's exactly right.
In a pretty short amount of time, so it's really good to see that improvement.
And I guess that maybe when you look at her, that's one of the things I can already tell that you take great pride in being the foundation of that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, my whole life, I've always just been a little wrestler since growing up. I started wrestling when I was 3 years old, and that's what I've always done. And as you kind of just grow in the community, you kind of see that platform that you know, you're going to practice every day and you're hammering it out and you see the success and you just want your teammates to build off that. And you just want to kind of set the tone and be that guy and just honestly never look back with that success.
Sanitation break here on the field with 5:06 remaining till half. Go ahead, man.
So, Seth, I'm looking at your career record. You're 173-15,
Correct.
which is the 37th best record in Iowa history. So do you remember all your wins more, or do you remember those losses more?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you all my wins, but I could tell you every single loss I had and where it was and who it was to. So those stick with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just go through the most career team points, the most career pins, the most career takedowns. You have almost all these records, but you're probably glad some of these records are starting to fall.
Well, that's what they're meant. Records are meant to be broken. So I'm glad that I got my name on there when I could because we got some good athletes coming up. We've had some good athletes.
Stalder brings the Rams offense out on the field. He looks off to the sideline for last-minute instructions. He's back into shotgun position with one running back behind him, two receivers off to each side. Takes the snap. He's going to look to the near side of the field. Now he's going to go right down the middle. He's got a receiver there, and the pass is incomplete. False.
No, that's a catch.
It's
that
a catch.
was a tremendous
it is a
catch.
good catch, but the player is still down on the field, shaking up a little bit. Ball's going to be marked near the 15-yard line. First down for the Rams.
He really laid out for that, and he landed, I think, right on the ball, but he held on to it, so tremendous catch there. Seth, you were the first state champion. Now, I think someone told me, you might know this. Didn't Red Oak have the very first ever state champion wrestling in the state of Iowa?
So, yeah, back when, and I also don't know these statistics
Right.
and whatnot, but it was supposedly the very first.
Like the 90-pounder.
So it was the very first state wrestling tournament that has been in Iowa.
Whenever, 19.
And he was the lowest weight. So technically he would have been the very first state champion of all of Iowa.
And then 91 years
91
later,
years
comes
later.
you. You're not 98 pounds, my friend.
No, about double that when I won my title.
Who did you beat in your championship?
His name was Garrett Smith from Denver Tripoli.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then you're actually a two-time place winner. What was your other? What place did you know?
So when I was a sophomore, I took 7th place, and then junior year kind of dealt with a little injury here in my ankle, and there's really no excuse. Just kind of wrestled not my best tournament, and
was
I
that
went
state,
1 and 2.
When you were there as a sophomore, it probably had to be so different to go in that state atmosphere. Did that help you then your junior and senior having that experience as a sophomore?
Definitely. Well, the state wrestling tournament from a wrestler's aspect, when I say the Iowa State Wrestling Tournament, is such an overwhelming experience for a freshman going in there. And I was kind of lucky enough to, when we were younger, we wrestled at national tournaments and big tournaments. And
so you had some experience with big crowds.
That atmosphere, but it's just there's something different about the Iowa High School State Wrestling Tournament that nothing can really prepare you for.
Jackson Morton, the injured player, he's up and off the field. We're about ready to get started here again. Ball's placed on the 15-yard line. We're going to have Stalder back in the shotgun position, one running back behind him, two receivers off to each side. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look and hand it off. Ball's on the ground. Looks like it may have been covered by the Tigers. Let's see what they're going to do. That's right. Tigers recover another fumble. They took over first down.
Every time we have a Hall of Famer in the booth, something good's happened.
Let's bring them all four up here.
Every time we have a Hall of Famer.
All four up here. Lock the door. They're not going to be allowed to leave.
Every time.
Now, when you, Seth, when you see a wrestler of the stature and success of Justin Mccann, what we've had experience here lately, tell us the difference in the wrestling styles, even though it hasn't been that many years difference between when you wrestled and he did. Tell us the difference in styles and how you approached wrestling and what Justin did to get his success.
So Justin, he was a real upper body wrestler. Now, don't get me wrong, Justin had good leg attacks. Justin's just an all-around good wrestler. That's why he has the accomplishments that he has. But, Podliska just is that guy who pushes the pace, and that's the atmosphere that he creates in the wrestling room, and you can see that.
Pitch comes back to Dawson Bond. He's running the backfield, and he's going to try to cut it back towards the middle, but he loses big yardage on that. The pitch just didn't develop, and the Tigers lose good 10 to 15 yards on that play.
Let's see if the Tigers come back with a reverse here. They're flowing to the ball real well. We're trying to match them up a little bit here. So when you look back, I guess, Seth, in terms of your career and what have you in Red Oak, and now you're actually working with the program, correct?
Correct. I get in there as often as I can. We get kind of busy in the winter times with work and stuff, but no, I try to get in there as much as possible for practice and get to as many tournaments as I can and get some guys to that state wrestling tournament.
Tell me about your family. Who we have?
Yeah, so I'm married to my wife of 3 years now, and we have a little 1-year-old son named Walker. And
is he wrestling?
His dad puts him in a headlock here and there, so he's been wrestling, yes.
DeVries fumbles the snap and is brought back down to the backfield. And looks like he's going to be brought down there around the 3-yard line.
Well, I think I know where that Walker name comes from. So I know a Walker too. So
exactly.
that's good to see.
We kept it in the family.
Yeah. What are you doing nowadays, other than your helping the coaching?
Yep. So I work with my grandfather's construction business, Ectronaut Construction. We do a lot of local business here in town, and that keeps me really, really busy.
You play other sports, though, right?
Yep.
You played some football.
Yes, I did. I played football.
Who was your coach back then?
Well, we went through a number of coaches. I started off my first 2 years with Mike Beeson.
Yep.
He coached in Red Oak for many years.
Yep.
And then we had Andy Yost come in my junior year, and I'll wait here.
DeVries takes a snap from the shotgun position. He's going to take it himself and try to break some positive yardage up the middle. Breaks a little bit off to the side, gains 2 or 3, but it's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers.
And you were what, running back? Running back?
And so my senior year, we ended up getting Jeff Spots came in and coached for us. He was AD, coach, everything. So Jeff is a really good guy. I appreciate the stuff that Jeff did with me and the whole team in general. He's a really great guy. But, yeah, I played mainly running back and linebacker.
Very good.
Timeout on the field by the Rams. Go ahead.
Any other sports? So, like, we didn't play. We were in theater.
So when I was a freshman, I went out for track.
Did you?
I wasn't the fastest guy, and I like winning a lot. So I guess I went from – my sophomore year, I didn't do track, and I kind of just focused on the off-season of wrestling. We do a lot of freestyle and Greco, and that really, the next year, I was placing at state, so I kind of probably made a good move there. And my senior year, I decided to have a little fun. I played tennis.
Really?
It was my very last sport that I played.
Wow.
And I got a little bit of varsity time there with Mr. Martinez. He put me on some doubles action, and tennis is a really fun sport, and I really enjoyed the time I had out there with the guys. I kind of regret not playing my whole career.
Well, there you go. You could maybe you should play some golf now, too, Seth.
Right?
Time out on the field. We got 3:04 remaining in the first half. Greene County Rams now lead the Red Oak Tigers 20-14. Well, Seth, it's good to have you here. It's even better to have you come back and get back in the community, and I'm glad to see you're building a family here, and you're so involved in the sports, because you really bring a positive attitude to not only the sports that you're involved in, but all the kids. When they see and they know the people that they're hanging out with in the community, you can do that. And I want to thank you for doing that, to be a positive influence for even our kids that are down on the field tonight.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Those kids look up to all these Hall of Famers. I could just see them in the front row. They're all kind of checking you guys out awesome. Big time.
Okay, Red Oak's going to be in a punting position, and he's going to be back in the end zone. Warnicke's back out on the field near the 40 to take the punt. Punt is away towards the middle of the field. It's going to bounce now towards the far sideline. It's going to roll all the way up to the 40-yard line and be down there by the Tigers. The Ram offense will take over there, first down.
And one thing I also know about you when you graduated from Red Oak High School, and that's, to me, of all these Hall of Famers, all these long list of things, to me, when I look at you guys, the thing I'm proudest of as alumni is you are graduates. You are Red Oak Tigers, and that is what really makes me the happiest of all.
Yeah, Red Oak's a great place to grow up and to get your education and go through sports. And
did you come up through the JVA wrestling? Did they have all that?
No, they didn't have JVAA until JVAA is the Jordan Van Osdale Foundation. So we were in 7th grade when that tragic accident happened. So, nope, I was out of that. We actually played a little Pop Warner football over in Glenwood for the Little Rams.
Hand off by the Rams, goes into the near side of the sideline and gains a couple yards. By number 28, that's Nathan Black, the ball carrier.
Mr. Chase Sandholm on that tackle there, a 2-point takedown.
That's a good takedown by Chase.
He looks like he's getting ready for wrestling season coming up around the corner.
What do you think he's going to wrestle at?
I don't know how much weight Chase has put on. He's always been a small guy, but he looks a little bit bigger this year, so we'll see if he's up in the 120 or 26 pound.
Who does Red Oak have coming back wrestling? And give me some names.
Oh, man, we got Dawson Bond, Chase Sandholm, the younger Earp brothers, got Hunter Portales at heavyweight there. God, I feel bad because I can't name everybody. We lost some good wrestlers. Justin leaving.
Stalder's pass is complete on the far side for the Rams. He's going to be working down the sidelines. Looks like he's going to be brought down, ran out of bounds near the 5-yard line. Good advance there by the Rams.
Have you heard anything about the wrestling season in terms of how it's going to be played or it's going to be coming off? Or?
Nope. It's kind of crappy how last season ended, and that's not for high school, for the collegiate athletes.
Right.
There was no Division I tournament.
No Hawk championship.
I feel for all them guys who, especially the seniors, who missed out on their opportunity to kind of go big. But, I don't know what it's going to hold up.
Ball's placed on the 7-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for the Rams. 2 minutes remains in the first half. Looks like Stalder's going to be out in the shotgun position. He's going to turn around and hand it off. He's going to break down to the middle of the field. He's going to get a gain of 2 or 3 before he's stopped by the Red Oak Tiger defense in the middle.
What else we need to know, Seth? Anything else in terms of you just looking back on your career about as a Red Oak Tiger and being in Red Oak?
I mean, I felt like it was a great career that I had. Obviously, there's some things I would love to have changed in my younger years and maybe had a little bit better accolades. But I mean, I can't complain. I ended with a undefeated senior season with a brand new coach who's now a really good friend of mine.
Yep.
And Tegan's a great guy, and I appreciate having him in my life.
Stalter takes it himself, but he stopped before no gain by the Red Oak Tiger defense as he tries to break it around to the right side.
Braden Woods on the tackle there.
Okay, tell me, Seth, who was the guy you looked up to the most when you were younger, and who is the guy that's impressed you the most since you're now out of the competitive wrestling?
Okay, so impressed me when I was younger as in
somebody, maybe a Red Oak Tiger or any kind of a high school wrestler who you really remember having an influence on you.
So who I really looked up to when I was a little kid, his name was Ben Hansen, and he was an amazing football player and a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
So I just always looked up to Ben. He was just an all-around great guy, and that's who I looked up to. Alex Crouch was another really good wrestler who I looked up to when I was younger, and them guys are doing well in life. And
who's impressed you now? Who's impressed you lately?
Who's impressed me now?
I know we brought up Mr. Mccann, but who has impressed you now?
I mean, who besides Tegan just doing what he does? I mean, you do not get a lot of head coaches that are as dedicated to the program as Tegan is at this Red Oak Wrestling program. But wrestling-wise, I'm going to say it because he's did super good as a young one, or last year being a underclassman, Dawson Bond. I mean,
came out of nowhere
just
almost.
Inches away from making the state tournament. Suffered a hard loss, and I think he's going to make some noise this year on the mat.
And we said that Bond family has been history in Red Oak sports for many, many years. We're going to bring it back here onto the field, 3rd and 4 for the Rams. 1:10 remains before the half. Rams lead 20-14 over the Tigers, but they're down on the 4-yard line. 3rd down now. The quarterback is under center. He's going to hand to the second man through. He's going to break through in the middle and into the end zone for a touchdown.
They've been dynamite on 3rd down tonight, Dan, and they score there on 3rd down play for the Tigers.
Failure to make that stop on the 3rd down has really been the bugaboo tonight. 1:06 remains in the first half, and the Rams have just taken a 26-14 lead over the Red Oak Tigers, set up for the point after kick.
Yeah, the Tigers have had them in 3rd and longs, and several times tonight just they make those conversions, and that is something that hopefully will get corrected here in the second half.
Set up for the point after kick. The snap is back. The ball is down. The kick is away, and it is good. So with 1:06 remains in the first half, the Greene County Rams lead the Red Oak Tigers 27-14. We're going to stay right here and talk with Seth Asias a little bit more during this break, get some more information from him and how life has been for him since he's been a Red Oak Tiger.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked, Seth, about your wrestling career and football career and helping out with the youth. And I think the biggest thing, the sport of wrestling in of itself, it's a sport that you may know more that. Is it still in the Olympics? There's some controversy there with
as
the Olympic
of right
sport.
now, yes. There was a big talk a couple years ago about dropping wrestling from the Olympics. Gigantic amount of support and petitions put a stop to that. Thank God. Hopefully it stays with it, and hopefully we can grow the fan base. It's never been a giant fan base, but with business or companies like Flow Wrestling and track wrestling and everything,
right.
Trying to grow the fan base, doing some different stuff, having some extra tournaments and whatnot to just kind of get it out there.
Of course, we know in Iowa wrestling is almost religion. I mean, that's part of the DNA and Iowa being wrestling, and just so good to see the wrestling program doing so well, and so much support from the community.
Exactly.
All the Hall of Famers mention that in all their speeches.
Yep.
The support from the community, even those who may not be a wrestling, but they're just a fan of the program.
Yep. Yeah, Red Oak's just known for just a really strong fan base. Volleyball games, I remember cheering them on like that was my job. I mean, that's what we do is cheer each other on.
Were you one of the first Red Oak rowdies, Seth? Were you one of the trash can or trash bag guys?
They were doing that before I got there, but I was definitely one. When it was my time, I was in a trash bag yelling as loud as I could.
Kick away by the Rams. They're going to be kicking off to the Tigers. Going to be brought in by Johnson in the back by the 5-yard line. He's going to come to the near side, try to get around the defenders. He cuts it back towards the middle and is brought down near the 30-yard line where the Tigers will take over first down.
Austin Johnson, a good return there. So, Seth, we're going to let you go here and need to get back, but I just want to tell you, congratulations. I was telling everyone else, you guys are kind of the Mount Rushmore kind of athletes as far as the class you went in with is amazing. And I think if we look at wrestling in Red Oak, you're Mr. Wrestler, man, by far. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, it is an honor to be on the to be inducted with Angie Spangenberg, that just speaks for itself right there. She was an amazing coach and just an amazing lady around the community.
And then Thelma and Louise are Batman and Robin here, Kate and Grace, that we'll talk to later on.
Max DeVries pitches back to Johnson.
Amazing athletes, and it's just such an honor.
Middle of the field there. Nice positive gain, almost gain of 10 yards there.
Seth, thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Yep, absolutely. Seth Asias, Red Oak Hall of Famer, Mr. Wrestler.
Thank you. Take care.
Man, there's a good dude right there, man.
That's right. Good, solid wrestler. Good to watch him compete the number of years. That play was a good first down for the Red Oak Tigers. Clock is running with 40 seconds remaining in the half. DeVries is under center. He's going to pitch it back to Johnson. Johnson's going to try the far side, but he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage by the Ram defense and brought down.
Well, toss pitch to Austin. Austin didn't have much there. Rams covered that up quickly. 26 seconds ago until halftime here.
Little spurts of yardage by the Red Oak Tigers offense. A little gain here and there, and they're able to move the ball. It keeps their confidence up, and it's good to see them in the game this far into it here. About 13 seconds remains as DeVries hurries and brings his offense to the line. He's under center this time. He's going to take the snap. He's going to turn, pass it to the first man through, and he's got open field on this side. It looks like Mr. Fouts on the near sideline. He gains a good 20 yards on that carry before he's brought down near the 42-yard line, and good gain by the Red Oak Tigers.
They're showing 1 second left, and let's think Coach Gilbert's going to burn a timeout here. The Tigers are going to have 1st and 10 at Greene County 42. They'll have time enough for one play here, Dan.
Good blocking scheme that time by the Tigers line. They had all of the Ram offensive line going in the wrong direction. Nice cutback run, was able to come into some open field and was able to even get beyond some of the secondary defense and keep getting positive yards down the field. That was good to see. It's going to bring up a first down situation for the Tigers.
Well, we got one play left here, Dan. I think we'll see if we can get a pass off in the end zone here. Who knows? We've seen a crazy game so far, a lot of long plays, so maybe we can get a break here. The Tigers get a break. If not, Dan, the Tigers will get the ball, I believe, to start the second half as they deferred in the first half. So go in the locker room, regroup. Tigers try to come back in that second half, get a little bit of momentum in that first opening drive, second half, if they don't.
And how about the stories that have been shared by our Hall of Fame people that have come in to talk to us tonight?
Oh, yeah.
It's just so fantastic to hear from their perspective. You know, we honor them by all the accomplishments that they've had, but getting a chance to sit down and talk with them and hear directly from them some of the stories of what they experienced when they were in the Red Oak school.
The Coach Spangenberg toilet paper teepee was that was hilarious. I just to think about that. That's one of her most fond memories of her time in Red Oak.
Red Oak offense is on the field. They're going to bring DeVries back into shotgun formation. He's going to have triple receivers off to his right. He's going to look, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield by the defense. That's going to be it for the first half of play. The Greene County Rams have made a big comeback here from being down 14-0 to score 27 unanswered points. It's the Greene County Rams 27, Red Oak Tigers 14. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors and we'll be back in a few minutes. You're listening to Live Red Oak Tiger Football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa.
Dominic Britton. And Maya Southwell and Kobe Johnson.
Lori.
It is now time to announce our 2020 Homecoming King and Queen. Your two
Tigers had possession. Tigers had 4 more possessions, punted away, and then they touched a ram on the possession, and the Tigers got it back, and they went down and scored after that.
Up 14-0.
Took a great advantage of those mishaps by the Rams that first period there.
Absolutely.
Rams, what I do have, 7 first downs, 11 for 72 rushing, 3 for 89 yards passing today. 3 for 5 passing. He does have 2 incompletions. They did fumble the ball once. 1 penalty for them, and time possession 10-19 from what I have. Tigers 5 first downs. Again, that's skewed because they got quite a few first downs that first possession there. 19 for 89 yards. Receptions, they do have 2, but they have been for no yards advanced for the Tigers. 2 for 3, 1 interception on the Tigers tonight. It was a ball deep by Mr. DeVries. 1 penalty on the Tigers in the first half. Some of your leaders here for the Tigers. Let's go to the Tigers. Rushing, Dawson Bond, 5 rushes for 56 yards. 2 touchdowns by Dawson Bond here in the first. Riley Fouts, 6 rushes, 26 yards. And Austin Johnson, 4 rushes for 11 yards. Again, Dawson and Austin and Riley both have a little bit more rushing than that because I missed that first series. Passing, Max DeVries is 2 for 3. Does have the 1 interception. Receiving for him, Riley Fouts and Ryan Johnson both have receptions for him, but again, no yards gained after catch there. So no yak there for him. Defensively, Braden Woods, 0.5 tackles. Austin Johnson, 1 tackle. Ryan Johnson, 2.5. Dawson Bond, 1. Number 54 for the Tigers.
That's Braden Woods. They had a number switch.
Okay, so he's got another tackle there. Nicholas Fouts, number 3, 1.5. Chase Sandholm, 1, and Luke Sperling, 1. So pretty good first half for the Tigers here. Again, putting 14 points on the board. Unfortunately, the Rams were able to answer and pull ahead with a few more touchdowns and 1 missed PAT here in the first half.
Yeah,
so
the Rams ripped off 27 unanswered points right now. He's staying here at halftime, up 27-14 on the Tigers. And the kick game and the turnovers have been, I think, the key thing for the Tigers doing well, then also not doing so well as they giving up a punt return and some other long plays there.
Yeah, just a couple long passes for the Rams. First half, again, the great pass, and the young man laid out for the reception there around the 10-yard line. I mean, I don't know how the Tigers could play that, and then Ryan let his guy get by him. Again, he was right on him, still was able to make the pass. And
that was that third down play. That ball we were telling was in a very tight window. That was a very well-thrown ball by the Ram quarterback.
Just a step behind there. He was a step behind earlier, too, but able to get his hand on it for a deep ball there. So, but the Rams are playing well here. Defensively, I think the Tigers can do what they did in the first and get some yardage off of them. They like to blitz the middle there a lot. Yeah, so if the Tigers can catch them and get by them right away, I think the Tigers will be okay here in the second half.
Yeah, and I think come back a little bit against across the grain, but they'll make those adjustments. So the Tigers will get the ball coming out, start the second half, and I think that'll be a real critical series. They can set the tone there with a good offensive series on that opening series of the second half here.
Yep.
So very good, Chad. Great. Glad to have you here. You do a marvelous job.
Oh, thank you.
Even on homecoming.
Good
to see you. All right.
Who was our homecoming king there announced there in Queen? Did you get that
Our
there?
king is, I want to pronounce this correct, Alex Exon. And the homecoming queen is Maya Southwell.
Well, congratulations. And you could watch that on Facebook Live at KCSI FM here on Facebook Live. They are doing the halftime show of the band's playing now, so please join KCSI and the crew here and watch them on live webcam.
There's just hundreds of ways you can watch Tiger football here through KCSI.
Yep, and the volleyball game last night I got to watch there in Creston because I was working late and pulled up on my computer and watched.
And there you were watching a Red Oak Tiger fan in Creston. I love that.
So watching the game there live at KCSI.
Did you wear your Tiger shirt over there yesterday?
I was still in my Hy-Vee attire there, unfortunately. So.
Well, Chad, thanks. Good to have you here, man.
All right, we'll see you at the end of the game.
Let's be here at halftime, 27-14, Greene County over Red Oak Tigers. We'll be right back after these messages.
Deficit to score 27 unanswered points. Your current score is Greene County 27, Red Oak Tigers 14. Takes me back a little bit here, Matt. I'm listening to the Red Oak Tiger band out on the field. I'm hearing Neil Diamond, I'm hearing AC/DC, and now Twisted Sister. It's like they're playing my whole history back here.
Do they know we're up in the booth tonight, or is this a Dan Krause tribute night?
Did you put in the request for the songs tonight? This is awesome.
No, I would probably have thrown in a little, I don't know, maybe a little 38 special. I don't know.
Could be a little Leonard
REO
Speedwagon.
little REO Speedwagon.
That's right. Some of that would be good too.
We're really dating ourselves here.
How about a shout out to those guys that were turning the tunes last night at that volleyball game?
Wow.
Coach Ryan Gelber and Kipley there were up there just turning the tunes out, entertaining the crowd. Made it a great night, a great night for the volleyball team as they dominated over the Creston Panthers in 3 straight.
And I see the Tigers volleyball team moved up to number 10. In the state rankings, Dan. So, I mean, to me, I think it's just a team that just could kind of fly under the radar. It'd be kind of good for this team. This team is a great team, and I think they've kind of came in the season with people maybe not expecting as much, and here they are just having a tremendous season. And there's a big match coming up. I think it's Tuesday night. I think Harlan. I'm not sure if it's here at Harlan.
Right.
It's at Harlan. But that'll be a big match, and for Red Oak there, I think that could be potentially a big game that will determine the conference championship there.
So, man, I stepped out for a couple minutes. Did you cover the homecoming court and who our new king and queen are?
I did. I think I got the names pronounced correctly.
Maya Southwell?
Yes, and then Alec
Axon.
Axon
Alec Axon is our king and queen this year. a great homecoming court to draw from. The kids are very proud to be down here representing their school. Kids have done a fantastic job to adapt to all the changes they've had to do this year for COVID, and it's just getting started. We got a lot of more homecoming things going on, like Sunday at the golf course.
Yeah,
Matt, you want to fill us in on that?
The Tiger Golf Invitational. That is a fundraiser for the Tiger Athletic teams, and that is being held at the Red Oak Country Club. I believe it's a 12 p.m. shotgun start. If you're interested in getting a team, or if you don't have a team, just an individual want to play, I believe you can go call Greg Brower or Summer Sandholm, and they will get you lined up to play. It's going to be a nice day. I think it might be a little cooler maybe come Sunday, but it's going to be a good day and a good fundraiser there for Tigers. I think you get a lunch out of it, and then you get a hat out of it, the deal. So,
well, what's the most important thing you get out of it, Matt? Knowing that you're helping to contribute to the athletic and activities department of our school, knowing that money is going to get put to good use, and remember that this fundraiser is very important because there's a lot of fundraisers that they're not able to do like they're used to doing throughout the year. So let's show the Red Oak spirit. Let's step up and contribute and show these kids how much we care and what we think what they're doing on the field is important.
Yeah, and absolutely. And like I said, there'll be a lot of other fundraisers and stuff. But, in this era of COVID where maybe you can't get to the games as much as you like to, especially the more the indoor events, this is a good way to support Red Oak Tigers.
Really like seeing the big crowd here tonight. They're watching the marching band taking the field and doing a good job of working with what little time they've had to work together this year. Always a good performance for that Red Oak Tiger marching band, and they go out there and play their hearts out for the crowd tonight.
I'm looking forward because in the second half, Dan, we have the last two remaining Hall of Famers who's going to be working their way up here to the booth, and that will be the tandem of Kate Walker and Grace Blumstead. I don't know how I should refer to them as Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
The long and short of it when you come to talk about Kate and Grace. I'm worried about that light that fell on Angie's head.
Yeah.
I think we can just get Kate to step up and she can replace that, no problem.
Yeah, Coach Spangenberg took the light to the fixture to the head there, but she's all right. She got through it. But, this has just been a great night for Red Oak and Red Oak Tigers to have so many alumni. And like I said, when those Hall of Famers are – you should have seen those kids there in the front stands. They were like watching it all because they're just some athletes they've heard about probably from their moms and dads that have come through. And you asked Seth that question about who did he look up to, and did not hesitate. Ben Hansen, I think he said.
Oh my goodness!
And that's what it is. One athlete looks at those others, and that's who they grow up. When I was a kid, there was a guy named Jimmy Boose, was a tremendous running back. Jimmy Wood.
How about Mike Mayer?
Mike Mayer, absolutely. And then the Doval boys running track. I always thought I could be a fast guy. That couldn't happen. But, that was just you do the same thing. And that's what it is about tradition in school in terms of athletics, whatever the sport might be.
That's right. When you start talking about the history of Red Oak sports, you do not want to go past Big Bad Bear Benda and the sports that he played when he was here for sports as well. And I just good to see him out in the community and the good things that he does with us as well. But how about the stories? You talk to those Hall of Fame members and they talk about the stories, not only the kids that they had as a coach with Angie Spangenberg, but you're talking about Ben Hansen was brought up by Seth. And I remember watching Ben play on the field and how dominating a player he was. And, it just seemed like those strong farm kids like Hansen and like we had Mccann last year, and just if we could get a whole group of those together, how dominating it would be. But, I'm impressed so far with what I saw with what the Tigers come out with here tonight. Took advantage of opportunities given to them. Jumped on those opportunities and made the best of them. Had a little slowdown on the offense since then, but I know that the coach will get them together here at halftime, talk about what they need to do in the second half.
Well, this game is still in hand. This is a two-score game, and this game is still in hand. I go back to that opening series here we're going to see with Red Oak come out or the locker room at halftime. This game is still in hand, and the Tigers get that score on the board first, you definitely have a game. I think that's the why I'd say the first score in the second half I think is going to be a deciding factor. Tigers get that first score, they're right back in it. Greene County get it, they're extended. It's going to be tough to come back from that. But second week in a row, the Tigers have been right there at halftime.
As the Red Oak Marching Band is exiting the field, we're going to get ready for second half play. We're going to hear a few words from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger Football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Rams leading the Red Oak Tigers 27-14. Just finished up with the band. Team's back out on the field. We're ready to mix it up here in the second half.
Here's some scores, Dan. Harlan 14, Carroll 7, halftime. At half, it is Atlantic 14, Des Moines Christian nothing. Halftime, Clarinda 35, Shenandoah Mustangs 3. That's a little surprising spread in that game. And then East Mills over Bedford 40-0 at half. And the Grizzled Tigers and East Union Eagles tied 6-all at half.
So I think it's going to be a good game there.
We'll have all those scores and so much more, Dan, on Let's Talk Sports at 8:30 a.m.
Looking forward to that tomorrow morning with Matt and Bill as they cover a variety of different games. Not only the high school action from tonight, but they'll be looking at the college action and the pro action coming up in football this weekend.
The mayor will not be in the house tomorrow. We're going to have Mr. Aaron and I will be doing the show.
Really?
Mr. West.
Aaron is going to sit in for the mayor, huh?
The mayor's got other obligations, so he'll be doing that.
You go from the mayor to the boss. What's
mayor
up with
to
that?
the boss. Exactly correct.
So as the sports director at KCSI, Matt, I need to know, do you have to call Aaron the
wait,
boss?
stop right there. I don't know where this sports director title has come from.
I heard it from a guy named Jerry, so I'm thinking you have the title.
If I can talk into the mic, that's
sports director. I
much
think
to
you
my level.
Own that one. Yep. And then you're going to have. Do you have to call Aaron the boss, or we know who the real boss in the press box is tonight?
She's sitting right
She's sitting right behind you, which I'd be very careful with what you say.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I kind of wonder how interesting a sports program it would be in the morning if the real boss would come on and be on.
We would be talking SEC football, and we'd be talking Arkansas Razorback football.
Has she taught you how to call the Hogs yet?
I'm sure that's going to happen tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Because, after that first Cyclone game, I'm thinking you could
Stop.
be turned.
See, you're just
I'm
like Bill.
You could be turned.
You're just like. Who do the Hogs play tomorrow? The Gators? The Gators? I don't know. Who do they play? We'll know all that tomorrow. We're on high school.
All right,
football.
just having some fun here at halftime. We're waiting for the clock to wind down and the teams to get ready here to get back out onto the field. It's going to be 27-14. The Rams over the Tigers at this point. Tigers started off really solid, real quick, took advantage of a couple of turnovers, brought the game in. Mr. Dawson Bond seemed to be running all over the field. And then we had a couple of miscues, a couple of long completed pass plays by the Rams, and they were able to come up and take advantage of the game at that point.
Finally, some food has arrived at press box. Unfortunately, the Bruce boys are surrounding it again. Well, I don't think we're going to get through the line of Bruce boys lined up at the food buffet over there.
Enough whining, and it depends what happens here. I know what we could do is we could turn the mics over to the Bruce boys. We could have our supper, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they bring this food up and parade it around, and then we never get any of it.
I know. We got a lot of talent from those guys, and we're happy to have the volunteers here in the booth that we have.
I mean, Tristan's not shy himself. Tristan's not shy either.
No, he isn't, but Tristan kind of knows his place. He knows to stay here with the scoreboard because he's got responsibilities as we get ready to kick off the third quarter. Red Oak Tigers have taken to the field. They're going to take the kickoff at this quarter. Of course, we've got Fouts and Chase Handholm in the back. We're also going to have Johnson and Dawson Bond back there to take the kick. We've got our front four and the next three.
I'm going to file a formal complaint to Greene County to remind me about their uniforms. Would you mind? I have to file a formal complaint.
We can file all we want, but I don't know how if they're going to listen or not. They're just very difficult to read, and we're sorry. We apologize. We try to get you as much as we can, but they have basically a white jersey with white numbers, a very thin outline number, and they've got very small numbers on each sleeve, which is covered up by the shoulder pads. So it's very hard to get any identification out there, but we do know number 28, Nathan Black, is kicking off for the Rams. He'll be kicking from the south to the north, and he's going to kick it down the middle of the field. It's going to bounce and roll and make it.
He's got to pick it up. He's got to
go.
Pick
it up. That's right. It died right on the 1 yard line. He picks it up and tries to advance it, gets it out to about the 5 before he stopped.
Yeah, he thought that was going to go curl in the end zone there. It didn't. It came to a stop on the 1.
It was making good headlines to get into the end zone and then just hit the brakes there. So
he had to hustle over and pick it up, and the Tigers are going to be on their 4 yard line, starting deep in their territory here the second half.
Going to have Max DeVries is going to bring his offense out onto the field,
and you do not want to start your open series obviously on your 4 yard line here. So good to move the ball, get some advanced yardage here on the first down, and try to pick up a first down and get out of this hole here.
Must have been very intentional because the first couple kickoffs he had went well into the end zone. So he did a good job in making that stop there. So Tigers take over. DeVries is going to be behind center. He's going to take the snap. He's going to give it to the second man through, cut through the middle part of the line. and he's going to be stopped after a short game. He's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. Boy, Matt, you've got some people joining you over there on the side of the press box. A couple of ladies
well,
I recognize.
now the show's going downhill from here,
Really?
Dan, with these two in the booth.
I tell you what, they have greatly improved the looks of that side of the press box as far as I'm concerned. If I have to look over and see you and Aaron anymore, but now we're joined by Miss Kate Walker and Miss Grace Blumstead, and they're going to be giving us some of the background into their careers and how they got elected into the Red Oak Athletic Hall of Fame. Welcome, ladies. Good to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Excited about this.
I'm glad that you teamed up to be up here with us and give us some insight. Max DeVries is under center, and it looks like you got some movement by the Greene County line. It's going to be an offsides call against Greene County. 5 yards, good for the Red Oak Tigers.
Yeah, hopefully get them out of the hole there. Welcome, ladies. Congratulations. Good to see you. I never got to see you two play sports together, but it's like I don't know if I should call you guys like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. I don't know if I should call you like Thelma Louise.
I did get to see them play, and I'm here to tell you, complete and total dominance over here on this side of the press box.
All right, well,
these ladies really enjoyed what they did, and let's talk about a little bit of your favorite parts of when you were playing sports for Red Oak.
Oh,
I don't care. Either one can start first. Don't be shy, and I know neither one of you are.
There are truly so many, but I think there were huge basketball games. I think any game against Shan, obviously, is going to be a good time. Some great volleyball matches against Clarinda. Obviously, the bus rides in the locker rooms were honestly the most fun. What about you, Grace?
I would have to, agree. Even though basketball is not my favorite sport by any means, I would say a lot of basketball games are at the top of my memory bank, probably just because, I don't know, I feel like really exciting. And I almost think maybe playing 4 years of volleyball in college, it just like pushed the volleyball ones back a little bit. But definitely basketball, even the ones where we were going on the way to state both years, both very exciting games. So
nice gain by Dawson Bond on that play. Gets the ball again, is going to come up, gain a few more yards. Looks like it's going to bring up 4th down and 2 for the Tigers.
And of course, I joked about you guys, but you guys are always seen together. Your whole careers are together. You experience almost all those same things. I went through it took forever, Grace, for you guys to get through your bios. I mean, were you getting tired standing, both of you, with how long the list of accomplishments?
I was a little sick of it. I was ready to sit back down.
The crowd, is it kind of weird? The crowd's looking at you, and you're looking at the crowd, and it's.
Yeah, like where to look,
Yeah.
Who to make eye contact
Tigers
with.
back in punt formation as they get ready to punt the ball away to Greene County. Warnicke's back on the 45-yard line. Kick is away. It's towards the middle of the field. It's going to bounce in Greene County's favor, and it's going to be down by the Red Oak Tigers on the 38-yard line.
So a question we've been asking, all the Hall of Famers, who is very influential in your career? Now, we can think of family and friends and that, maybe too, but someone maybe you can think back in your career that maybe influenced you somewhere in terms of your sports background.
I think for me, who first comes to mind is my Uncle Todd. He was basically like my counselor, my psychologist, but also just my biggest fan growing up, and he was always in the gym with me shooting or playing volleyball. So definitely him. Obviously my whole family is great, and definitely Grace would even go in the gym and rebound and shoot with me every once in a while, even though she claims to not have liked basketball. But she's a stud, and she definitely was in the gym too.
Stalter back into shotgun formation. He's going to look to his left side. His pass complete off to the left side, but he stopped right away after a gain of about 4 yards. Be 2nd and 6 for the Rams.
How about you, Grace?
I'm probably going to say, look, being after my siblings, I just always had this competitive nature where I just wanted to be better than them. So it wasn't necessarily that they were there helping, and not that they weren't, but they're so much older than me, so they weren't around when I was competing as much in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
So I just knew what they did in high school, and I just was like, oh, I want to be better. So I would say, like, their memory almost pushed me harder.
Yeah, absolutely. And we all can agree you didn't get any of that athletic talent from your dad, of course. You got most of it from your mom. We know that, of course. So
Nathan Black on a good run for the Rams there, brings up 1st down for the Rams.
So I guess the other thing we talk about, your favorite memory as an athlete, or in terms of it, Coach Spangenberg was up here, and of all the things she said, for example, I remember when they TP'd my house the first time in terms of winning a big game, and that's what do you guys think back in your memories of all your athletic careers? What's kind of stands out there as far as something you really remember? Maybe it's a big game or something, but what stands out for you guys?
I'm going to have to say one of them's probably the first basketball game we made it to state. I don't remember a ton of details necessarily leading up to it, but, we weren't expected to go to state. We finished the year 13-12. and we'd never been to state. I think it was just like we were playing well. The other team wasn't playing their best, so it really made us shine. And so I would say.
Was that your first time on a big stage in a big arena and a big crowd?
No, we played for volleyball.
For volleyball. So you've been there for volleyball, but you're talking in terms of your first time state basketball.
Yeah, we had never qualified for state basketball as a town, so that was just a big, exciting moment.
Tigers
How
jump
about
off
you, Kate?
Tigers
I
jump
think
off.
for me, one that comes to mind is our senior year versus Kemper. I remember I honestly thought we might lose the game. I missed a 3 late in the game. And just a vivid memory of mine is Grace and Angela Mahoney and Sierra Athan all came up to me and they're like, hey, you got it, keep shooting, which is just huge in my memory because I just think that says so much about them and who they are as teammates and people.
28, Nathan Black up the middle for the touchdown for the Rams.
And I guess the other thing, too, both of you mentioned this in your speeches, teammates. All the teammates that you've had, and both of you said you wouldn't be here without your teammates, and you had some phenomenal teammates in all the sports you played.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so, I think I'm just going to keep rolling on the terms of basketball. Blake Berggren being the year ahead of us brought in that really helped us settle down. Eventually, once we were more successful sophomore year, junior year, I just want to say
senior leadership.
We would have been stellar our junior year if she would not have had
that knee injury.
Yeah, had such a terrible injury because we were undefeated up to that point. So I would say Blake Berggren's a big part. And then going younger, you had Angela Mahoney, just smart for volleyball especially, and then Sierra Athan, Hannah Vile, when we were able to be the leaders and lean on them too. And then of course
Seth
Kate
said the
here.
same thing when all those role models when you were kids and you're at that level and then those kids looking after you. Danny, let's take a break and we'll come back with Kate and Grace.
Rams scored that extra point after touchdown. 8:15 remains in the third quarter. It's Greene County Rams 34, Red Oak Tigers 14. We'll be back after a message from our sponsors. Rams have just taken a 34-14 lead over the Tigers, and kicking off goes down to Johnson down on the 5-yard line. He's going to move it up towards the side of the field.
There you go.
He's going to get around the end. He stopped on the 30 and brought down out of bounds there. Tigers will take over first down on the 30.
So, Kate, we did not get to finish the question with you on that question.
Just memorable teammates?
Yep.
Yeah, Grace, definitely Blake
You had a lot of
Berggren,
same teammates.
Angela Mahoney. I ran track and cross country, so I got to run with Nikki Graber, and there were a bunch of younger girls. Like Sydney Stryker, I ran the 4x4 with. So I think there have just been some, in every sport, it's been so fun. And then getting to run with the guys in track and cross country was obviously really fun and pushed me too.
And I have to add, then tennis, even though no one thinks of it as a team sport, but tennis season is one of my favorites. There's not like one match that necessarily sticks out in my mind like in the other sports, but the family behind tennis is probably as tight as it came.
Go ahead, Dan.
Fouts for a good gain for the Tigers, gains 2 or 3 yards, brings up 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Ball is going to be placed near the 31-yard line.
34-18, Greene County over the Tigers 8 minutes ago in the third. The other thing unique about you two guys is that after high school career, you went on to really successful collegiate careers. Kate, you went to Bucknell and a 4-year starter, all conference, led your team to NCAA tournament your senior year.
Yeah, I truly had no clue what I was getting myself into going to Bucknell, but it turned out to be one of the best decisions of my life, and I couldn't have asked for a more just 4 years full of growth. I grew so much as a person and as a player, and have the best teammates and coaches that I still talk to on a daily basis.
Johnson carries the ball
Very
for the
good.
Tigers over the
And
far
Grace,
side.
of course, you went on and played collegiately at Lindsey Wilson at volleyball and won a national championship.
Yeah, for sure. So when I went to Lindsay, I didn't know what to expect. I'm not going to say I had high expectations, low expectations. Definitely was not my happiest in the beginning, but like Kate said, growth is definitely what happened for me. And I mean, I can't imagine 4 years any other way. I mean, I wish I liked it a little sooner, but looking back, it's like the best decision I've made. So definitely happy with my decision.
Max DeVries on the keeper for the Tigers brings it out near the 41-yard line. It's a first down for the Tigers.
Okay, now, so what's going on now with your career? What's going on with your life now, Grace?
Well,
You're working with me at the Y.
yeah, I'm working part-time at
Are
the
we going to
Y.
play one-on-one Monday? I'm thinking I need to play you one-on-one Monday basketball.
Well, you're getting older. I don't want to hurt you. But, yeah, so I'm working part-time at the Y, just substitute teaching
Your
here and
degree
there.
was in?
So I graduated with in journalism and communication.
Right. You could do this. You could do this much better than Dan can.
Fouts the ball carrier
You're
for
doing
the
great.
Tigers.
Yeah.
Brings up three.
Grace
Kate,
is
how
going to
about
be
you?
a superstar for sure.
Absolutely.
She's spending a year in Red Oak, maybe longer, who knows, but you guys are lucky to have her for sure. Right now I'm living in Richmond, Virginia, getting my master's through VCU, and then I'm also getting to be the grad assistant at the University of Richmond.
Go ahead, Dan.
Pass is complete out to the far side of the field to Mr. Ryan Johnson. He's going to be run out of the bounds near the 43-yard line. Big first down gain for the Tigers there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's just great to have you guys back. Anything other you want to say in terms of your careers at Red Oak, or you look back on it, does it kind of seem surreal to be standing here in the Hall of Fame? It seemed like just yesterday you were down here in homecoming.
Yeah, I mean, this morning I woke up and literally I was in tears as I was making my coffee. My mom's like, "What's wrong?" And I just kind of all hit me. I really am so thankful for Red Oak and the way I got to grow up here, just surrounded by great people and supported by the whole community, truly.
Yeah, I feel pretty much the same. I mean, when I came back because of COVID and got to quarantine here for now 6 months, everyone was like, "Oh, are you tired of being home?" But at the same time, like, when home is as awesome as Red Oak and someplace I feel so comfortable and I feel surrounded by people that care about me and I care about, I mean, there's really no complaints, and I'm just so thankful to be here.
Running play stuffed at the line.
Very
Short
good.
loss
Well,
for the Tigers.
congratulations, you two. We're so proud of you. I'm glad you're Red Oak Tigers. I was telling everybody else, of all the things you guys have done, being Red Oak Tiger grads are the biggest thing of all. So congratulations. Thank you both very much.
Thank you for having us.
Running play off to the near side of the field. Stopped in the backfield by the Rams. Brings up a 3rd and long for the Tigers. 5:39 remains in the third quarter. The Rams lead us 34-14 over the Red Oak Tigers. Had some good things happen on offense here, Matt, and we've got some things that have kind of struggled. So we have to find out a good balance here between keep moving that ball down the field.
Yeah, Dan, they need to keep working and keep moving the ball down the field. But Tigers will put it together here, and they do keep advancing the ball, Dan, here down the field on this drive.
Max DeVries back in the shotgun formation. He's got one running back with him. Triple receivers off to the left. He's going to be looking to the left. He's going to let it fly. Goes down the field. Ball is up. Batted around by a few defenders. Falls incomplete. Pass intended there for number 17, Aiden Bruce of the Tigers.
All right, so where are we at, Dan, here? 4th and...
It's going to bring down a 4th down situation. It looks like 12 yards for the first down. Ball's going to be on the 41-yard line. Tigers deciding what they're going to do with the offense here, getting a play run in from the sidelines. Looks like they are going to go for it.
Thanks to everyone that's watching on YouTube. We appreciate that. You can search on our YouTube channel. Search for KCSI Radio. You can watch it there. Call your friends, text her. You can watch the remaining quarter and a half that we have remaining here this evening.
DeVries back in the shotgun position. He's got one running back back there. Snap is back to him. He's going to keep the ball and go around the far side. He's looking for someone to pass to. Passes away, falls incomplete. Penalty flags fly on the play.
All right.
Looks like it's going to be an infraction against the Tigers as the referee's checking with the Greene County sideline. He's going to come back out to the middle of the field. He's going to give an indication here. Looks like holding is going to be the call against the Red Oak Tigers. They're going to decline it, and they're going to take over possession of the ball at that point. So, ball's going to be near the 41-yard line. Greene County is going to take over possession going from south to north. We got 4:55 remains in the third quarter.
Game is settling a little bit here, Dan, for the second half, and we've talked about it all year. Each play, each series, each quarter, and I think Tigers here down 20 with a quarter and a half to go. Still kind of in the ballpark here, but got to make some plays here.
That's right. We're going to take a sanitation break here, and we'll go back to our studios for a couple messages from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Second and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. Of course, when they run that power package, you think run all the way, and when they pull off a pass like that, it's a surprise to the defense.
Yeah, and it keeps the defense balanced here in terms of run pass.
They're going to hand off to the back this time. It's going to be number 15 once again. That's Jackson Morton. He's going to work the left side of the field.
Good job.
Get a nice advance of about 4 yards there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Rams.
Good job there by Nick Fouts to force that play and get him on the ground, set up a 3rd down here. And we've been talking 3rd down defensively with Tigers all night. Here's a chance for another 3rd down stop.
You're going to have a stop here to stop this. We've got 2 receivers out here on the right side for the Rams, and now we get them both covered. One running back in the back.
Oop.
Looks like the Red Oak defense is going to jump the line again. Penalty flags in the play. Going to be an offsides call against the Tigers.
Hard count there, likely on 3rd down. Still, I think they might still be a little bit short when they mark this off, Dan, but it's going to set up a real short 3rd down and probably less than 1 here. I don't think they can get the 1st down on a penalty here, but we'll see. Depends on how long he strides, Dan.
Well, the referee did indicate 3rd down.
So it's still 3rd down, but it'd be a 3rd down less than a yard now.
So the Rams offense comes out onto the field. Stalder once again is going to bring his offense out. Going to be in the shotgun formation with 1 running back in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap goes back to him. He's going to hand it off to his running back, and he's going to bust right up through the middle just like he has all night long. Jackson Morton, the ball carrier, is going to get enough yards for a 1st down.
And that's where that deep pass opens up the run up the middle, Dan. When you have to worry about a potential pass, your safeties play back a little bit, your linebackers a little bit back, and you're not quite as up on the run.
The Rams approach the line of scrimmage once again. 1st down for them. Ball on the 46-yard line. 4:10 remains in the 3rd quarter. Rams lead the game 34-14. Stalder's back in the shotgun formation. He takes the snap. Whistles stop the play.
What do we got here? Motion maybe, or a movement by Rams? We'll see here. They're going to wind the clock, I guess. I guess the play clock had ran down, Dan, so they're going to rewind it here.
Okay. Ball is placed on the 45-yard line. Stalder's back in the shotgun position. He takes a snap. He looks off to his left. He has a receiver wide open, but the pass was so hard it bounced out of his hands and falls incomplete.
Yeah, big pressure there from Nick Faust. Man, get released a ball a little bit quicker than he should and went right through the hands, and it's 2nd down now for the Rams.
He passes that ball like you should.
Boy, he's got a good arm.
That receiver just wasn't ready to accept that strong of a pass.
Of all the quarterbacks we've seen, opponent quarterbacks, I like this guy, the way he sets up the most, and really he's very assertive in the pocket.
Most of the strength that we've seen of all the quarterbacks are putting behind the passes there. He zips the ball right down the field and puts it right there for his receivers. Okay, here we go. It's 2nd and 10. He takes the snap. He's going to hand it to Mr. Morton. 2nd man through. He busts through for about 5-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Rams. On the ball near the 40-yard line.
Braden Woods up on the tackle there for the Tigers. Riley Foutson on as well. 3rd and 3 here for the Rams on the Tiger 40-yard line. 3:33 to go. Greene County 34, Red Oak 14.
Going to see what they bring out. The Rams will bring out for an offense this time. Looks like they've had some personnel changes come through there. Stalder's still in as quarterback. He's going to be in the shotgun position. 1 running back to the back with Mr. Morton. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to be looking to his left, now back to his right. Cut back receiver catches the ball. He's going to try to work it down the far sidelines, and he stopped after a gain of almost 1st down gain. That pass was complete to number 10, Zach Goff.
Braden Woods in on the tackle again there, as well as Ryan Johnson. The Tigers really actually played that well. They tried to do a little screen pass out here to the sideline and completed it, but the Tigers covered it quickly, but not enough for the Rams to get a 1st down.
Goff came into this game with 9 catches, 137 yards, and that's good enough for a Ram 1st down. Ball's going to be placed on the 39-yard line. They bring their offense out onto the field. Stalder's back in the shotgun position again. Number 28 in the backfield there with him now, Nathan Black. He's got 2 receivers off to the right. He takes the snap, and he hands it off to Black. Black goes to the far side, and he's open up in the open field. He's going down, and he's not going to get caught.
Yeah,
touchdown Rams.
Little backside cut there. Our defensive end clapped in on that, and wide open. And foot race to the end zone, and the Rams go up 40-14, 2:43 to go.
Looks like the Rams are going to bring out the kick for the extra point here.
Yeah, that was just that play wide open, and they've got good speed when they get on that secondary. They've ran away from us all night.
Seems like they bring number 15 Jackson Morton in for the power plays towards the middle, and number 28 Nathan Black came in that time for the runoff to the side. Black had 45 carries so far this year for 162 yards, had ran for 2 TDs before tonight. Snap is down, the kick is up, the kick is good. 2:43 remains in the third quarter. It's the Greene County Rams 41, Red Oak Tigers 14. We'll be back after a couple words from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Back here at Russ Bender Field in Red Oak, Iowa, 2:43 remains in the third quarter. The Greene County Rams have now taken a 41-14 lead over the Red Oak Tigers. The kick this time is going to go into the end zone for a touchback, and Red Oak Tigers are going to take over on the 20-yard line. We need to see something out of this offense this time, Matt. It's been a long time since we've been able to put any points on the board or move the ball very effectively.
Yeah, and like I say, Red Oak's been a little bit banged up here on our offensive line tonight, and I think we might be getting a new center in there. I saw Baz clear snapping the ball to Max on the sideline. Let's see who comes out under the center spot. I think Sam Field's been handling duty very well so far, but I'm not sure if they're moving their linemen around here a little bit. But Red Oak will be set up 1st and 10 on their 20.
Max DeVries brings his offense to the line. He's going to come up under center this time. 2 running backs to the behind him, 2 wide receivers off to his right. He takes the snap, turns, hands it off to the second running back, and he's going to be hit and stopped in the backfield for a loss. That's number 24, Austin Johnson.
Yeah, Rams are playing heavy rush, and they're coming whether it's pass or run pretty much right now with their front four. And they're able, right now they're taking over the defensive line on our offensive line, Dan. They're not even needing to commit their linebackers, so they're pretty much doing this right now just with their defensive line.
Loss of 5 on the play is going to bring it up 2nd and 15. Ball on the 15. The Tigers come out for their second down. 2:13 remains in the third quarter. Once again, your score, Greene County 41, Red Oak 14. Max DeVries brings his offense to the line. He's got 1 running back. He's got 2 receivers off to the left. He's going to pitch it off to that running back in the back. He's going to turn and try to go up the middle of the field. Not much going on there. That's going to be Austin Johnson, the ball carrier for the Tigers.
Yeah, real
good.
good.
Behind the line for no gain.
Riley Fouts was out leading the block on that and just missed the block, and the Ram players able to get in and get the tackle and get the Tiger down. 3rd and 15 for the Tigers.
Some relentless pursuit by that Rams defense, and you can tell they know how to get in there and get to the ball.
They really turned a notch up there, and about midway through that second quarter, you can just tell the flip was switched there, and the Rams just kind of took it up another notch.
You got a timeout called by the Red Oak Tigers on the field. We're going to slip off for a couple announcements from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Here at Russ Bender Field in Red Oak, Iowa, the Greene County Ram offense has just taken over and scored 41 unanswered points. 134 remains in the third quarter. They're leading 41-14.
Max DeVries under center here.
He's going to drop back for the pass. He's looking to the far side of the field. He's going to let the pass go. It's out there and caught.
I think they're going to call it
They're
incomplete.
going to call an incomplete pass, I guess, on that far side. Hard for us to see as the play was going away from us.
Ram defender was there. I believe he's looking for Ryan Johnson. I think possibly Aiden Bruce. Just couldn't get the ball to the turf. We've been short anyway of the first down marker, so it's 4th and 15. Tigers will be punting the ball here.
Ball's down on the 14-yard line, so it's going to have to bring it out towards the middle of the field to Mr. Warnke, who is standing on the 45-yard line. Bringing some Ram players in off the sideline. They're doing some substitution changes here. They're going to get the snap back. The punt is away.
We got
got penalty flag on the field because I don't think they got their personnel replaced good enough. Good kick, though. It's going to roll out to the midfield stripe at the 50. We'll see what the Red Oak Tigers decide to do with the illegal substitution call here.
One of those things, when you really get deeper in the season and things you can work on always as a team progressing is working on angle kicks. When you get a good return, man, you always want to try to angle that ball to out of bounds or one of the sides to try to limit their options rather than kicking it down the middle there.
Yeah, I think we learned that lesson by doing that one time. You picked it up and just ran it in. So
Absolutely.
We're going to do some different
But that's a tough technique to learn. I mean, it's one thing to sit up in a press box, but to be able to angle that ball with the kicking, it's like my golf shot, Stan. I know where it wants to go, but it just doesn't get where it wants to go, man.
Oh, wow. We are what? Is this what, the fifth or sixth game of the year before Matt Davis brings in a golf analogy on the football game?
I know where that ball needs to go. I think I had the right club, but I just can't get it to go there. Same thing in punting.
Ball to go to where you want it to go.
Same thing in punting.
Okay. Well, it looks like they're going to march off the penalty against the Rams, so that's going to bring the ball up to near the 20-yard line, and the Tigers are going to kick the ball again, see if we can do a little better on field position.
I don't know. I might have taken a kick. We'll see. That was
a pretty good kick.
Yeah,
they did get a nice foot.
They're going to give them another chance for a return here.
Looks like 40 yards on that kick, but they're going to try it again here.
Maybe they didn't have the option to take it. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, Rogue's kicking again here. Now we got another flag.
Another penalty flag. Another kick goes away. It's going to bounce near the 50. It's going to roll even farther, but it's going to try to be fielded by one of the field officials.
I think this one's on.
Do a very good
I think
job.
this one's on Red Oak.
He had my kind of ball catching skills there. He just couldn't quite stop.
Offsides, Red Oak. So I'll move the 5 yards they got. They're now giving it back. So we're right back where we started.
This is not the back and forth you want to see from two teams on a football game, but we'll see if we can get the ball lined up here, go for the fourth down, and get it done right this time. Going to move the ball back near the 14-yard line. Red Oak is
so with all that, we're right back to 4th and 15. We'll see if the Tigers get the kick off here.
Back.
Good snap.
Kick is away.
It was good.
Warnke comes up, gets the ball, and he catches it, but he's stopped after about a 5-yard gain. He caught it on the 40, got up to the 35, was brought down there.
Yeah,
the Rams are going to take over first down.
Kind of a low liner that he caught on the run and advanced it up to 35. Rams set up a good position. 46 seconds to go in the third quarter, up 41-14 over Red Oak. 41 unanswered points. Red Oak jumped out on top, 14-0, but it's been all Rams since then.
Well, the good news is that wasn't Jackson Morton to take the ball. The bad news is we really don't know who it is. We're guessing it's Richard Dougherty, number 11. But anyway, the Rams take over, ball on the 35-yard line. Quarterback Stalter is back in the shotgun position, one running back behind him. He looks off to the far side of the field, lets the pass go. It falls right into the receiver's hands, and he walks into the end zone.
Perfect,
touchdown Rams.
Perfect touch pass, just a go pattern on the sideline there. Got by the road defender, and that ball was right on the money. Didn't have to reach out, caught it in stride. Touchdown Rams.
And pretty well defended by the Red Oak defender there, but he's got just a couple steps on him. He got 41 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and the Rams have taken a 47-14
Dan,
lead.
I can see why this team is leading the district in passing. This is by far the best passing attack we've seen all year.
And we've seen some good quarterbacks. We've seen some good quarterback-receiver combinations so far this year. These guys are really in tune to each other. Snap is back, the ball is down, the kick is away, and the kick is good. So 41 seconds remains in the third quarter. The Greene County Rams have come back with 48 unanswered points and lead the game 48-14 over the Red Oak Tigers. We're going to take a short break, hear from some of our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI Red Oak, Iowa. back here at Russ Bend Field. 41 seconds remains in the third quarter. What's the final score you got for us, Matt?
Coach Schaefer and Coach Lang over at East Mills get back on the W. They beat Bedford 47-12. East Mills Wolverines over Bedford Bulldogs 47-12. That's the final.
Right here at Russ Bend Field in Red Oak, Iowa. The Greene County Rams have scored 48 unanswered points and lead the Red Oak Tigers 48-14. 41 seconds remains in the third quarter. Number 28 for the Rams, Nathan Black, is set to kick off for the Rams. He's kicking off from the south to the north.
Let's see if Red Oak can bust one. I got a feeling here, Dan.
Johnson takes it back on the 5-yard line. He's going to come up near the 5-yard line. He's going to move back to the middle of the field, keeps advancing up the field, and he's going to be stopped near the 30-yard line where the Tigers will take over first down.
Good return there by Austin, 30-yard line. Getting up a little gimpy from that, but the Tigers start 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line against the Rams. By far the best passing attack we've seen all year, Dan. The Stadler kid can really throw the ball. He sets up well. He gets rid of the ball well. He's throwing a touch pass. He's throwing a deep pass. He can throw a whole wide variety of passes. He's shown it all tonight.
That flick off to the sideline didn't look like he hardly flicked his wrist at all. Yeah. It's right on target. Max DeVries brings his offense to the line, though. He's going to take the snap and do a power sweep off to Dawson Bond. Dawson's going to run it to the near side of the field, and he's going to be run out about the 35 as penalty flags fly.
Good little toss pitch there by Dawson. They got a Ram player down on the field, but it is a flag as well.
29 seconds remains in the third quarter. 48-14 is the lead for Greene County over Red Oak. Player down on the field. The infraction is going to be called against the Tigers, so the play itself will come back. Looks like the player's down. He's going to need some attention. So we're going to take a break and hear from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger Football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Here in Red Oak, Iowa, we got a break in the action with 29 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We have an injured Greene County Ram down on the field. Greene County is leading Red Oak 48-14 at this point, but a stop in the action again. We'll give you an update when we're available here, but we're still tending to the injured player. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger Football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. We have 29 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Rams lead the Tigers 48-14. We have an injury on the field. Matt, you got some scores for us?
Let's run through some scores down. We got some time here. East Mills, as we said, defeated Bedford 47-12. That's a final, so East Mills gets back on the W. It's a final. East Union beats Griswold, comes back with 6-6 at half, and East Union gets the win 18-12 over Griswold. The big one up north, Coon Rapids Bayard 55, Woodbine 12. That's late in the fourth quarter. You've got Atlantic defeating Des Moines Christian 35-0. That's a fourth quarter score. Clarinda over Shenandoah 45-10, fourth quarter. Most surprised by the spread in that game, but the Cardinals are putting it on the Mustangs tonight. What else we got? Audubon Wheelers. The Wheelers are rolling, Dan, 80-7 over Glidden Ralston in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
What else we have here? We have Cam. And this is a good game down at Lennox tonight. Cam 38, Lennox 30. That's in the fourth quarter. Southwest Valley, tight one here. Tri-Center 14, Southwest Valley 13. That's a fourth quarter score, what we've got on that. What else here? Lewis Central 35, Glenwood Rams, nothing. Wow, shut out of the Rams. Lewis Central's good, but they're putting on the Rams tonight. Final, Harlan defeats Carroll 28-14. Denison 7, Creston nothing. That's in the fourth. And what else we got here? Riverside over Sydney 49-6. That's a final.
Max DeVries has brought the Roanoke Tiger offense back on the field as the injured player's been taken care of. He's going to be right behind center for the play this time. Snaps taken back, pitch on the pitch sweep to Johnson. Johnson goes to the far side of the field. Tries to go around the end, hasn't been stopped yet. Bounces back towards the back on the inside and gains a good couple yards on that before he's brought down. Shout out to the Roanoke Fire Department and Cody Walford, and it looked like Tony Decker out there taking care of our people tonight. Always good to have them on our side and take care of our players.
Absolutely. Now it looks like the clock's going to run down here, Dan. We're going to end the third quarter with a score 48-14, Greene County over the Roanoke Tigers.
So we're going to take it off and get some more words from our sponsors, and we'll be back and bring you fourth quarter action. You're listening to live Roanoke Tiger football on KCSI FM, Roanoke, Iowa. DJ Andy Ray spinning the tunes here for us at Russ Bender Field tonight. Staying Alive by the Bee Gees is what's playing now as we get ready to kick off fourth quarter action. Your score, 48 points for the Greene County Rams, 14 points for the Roanoke Tigers.
Do we have a number on that injured player, Dan?
We do. The injured player is number 66. His name is Michael Rumley. He's a freshman for the Greene County.
And we don't like to speculate what it was, but up here it appeared to be maybe an ankle, Dan, is what you thought?
Yeah, it looked as if when we were looking through the glasses down on the field, it looked like they were treating him for an ankle injury, and they took him off with a gaiter. And I know the fine folks in the Roanoke Fire Department will take care of him and get him treated. So we're back out here on the field. The Roanoke Tigers are back out. Max DeVries brings his offense out on the field, goes under center, one running back in the backfield, two off to his right. He takes a snap. He's going to Handed off to
Riley
the second
Fouts.
man. Riley Fouts. He's breaking it on the far side of the field. He's running down the sidelines. He gets enough positive yardage for a first down. Finally brought down on the 48-yard line. Good gain by Mr. Riley Fouts for the Roto Tigers.
Absolutely. Riley showed a lot of speed there. I didn't think he had that kind of speed, boy. He was like a dart going up there on that sideline.
It was only a couple of defenders that were able to chase him down and bring him down, or he was off to pay dirt. Nice breakaway there, and I think we had the defense completely fooled on the play.
Yeah, good positive yard. Biggest rush play of the night for the Tigers.
Well,
they're now set up at 1st and 10 on their own 46.
Yeah, it looks like he maybe ran out of bounds a couple yards for where I thought he was. Ball's going to be placed on the 46. Nonetheless, it's a first down for the Tigers. It's 1st and 10, ball on the 46. We're in the fourth quarter. 11:51 remains in the ball game. Max DeVries brings his offense up, and we got a
timeout. I think
penalty,
we were unsure. We had a player didn't know if he was on or off the field, so Coach Gilbert called a timeout there, Dan.
And we got the timeout by the Tigers. So we're going to hear from a couple of our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Back here at Russ Bender Field, Max DeVries takes the snap. He's going to hand it to the second man through, but didn't fool the Ram defense that time as he stopped in the backfield. And it looks like number 24 for the Tigers, Austin Johnson, was the ball carrier. He's dropped for a 5-yard loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 16. Ball's on the 40-yard line.
Nothing there. He was wrapped up and put down. Sets up a long second down here for the Tigers. Hard to get behind those chains, Dan. That's why that first down play, if you can get ahead of the chains, give yourself a chance here. Now they're behind the chains. It's real tough to pick up those yardage when you in those types of situations.
11:18 remains in the game. 48-14, the Rams lead over the Tigers. Max DeVries brings his offense to the line. He's going to come up under center. He's going to take the snap, hand off to the running back, and run some play action.
There you go.
Now he's going to run off to the near side of the field. Looking downfield to pass. He passes the ball.
There you go.
Pass is complete to his receiver here on the near side. Riley Fouts is the receiver. Ball is caught near the 47-yard line.
It'll be set up a 3rd and 2 for the Tigers. Just a great play there by Max. He got outside, avoided the rush, set up, rolled out, and threw on the run and hit his target, Riley Fouts, who made a nice sliding catch here on the sideline. And it's going to be a 3rd and what, Dan? 3, maybe 4 for the Tigers.
3rd and 4 for the Tigers. And he took his time. He watched what he had out there. He made sure he had his receiver, made a good, solid throw.
Absolutely.
So he puts himself in a great position here. And he's going to come up under center, 2 running backs in the backfield. Takes a snap. There's the first man through, and Riley Fouts turns off to the outside.
Wow.
He bounces off one guy, but the second guy gets him and brings him down for no gain. He's going to bring up a 4th down for the Tigers.
I say wow because Riley avoided 2 tacklers with tremendous moves. He's got tremendous cut. He can bounce. I mean, when running back, you can change direction on plant that foot and cut. Riley can do that. He's got a really quick first and second step.
Fernando Lepe comes out. Number 17, Aiden Bruce goes in for our 4th down situation. It's 4th and 4. The ball is on the 48-yard line.
Tigers will be going for it here.
Tigers are going for it with 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Quarterback Max DeVries is going to come up under center. He's got 2 running backs in the back. He's got 2 receivers off to his left. He's going to pitch it to the second back, Mr. Dawson Bond. Dawson cuts through, tries to get some good yardage. This falls about a yard short, doesn't quite get the first down before he's stopped by the Ram defense.
He was close. They went a toss pitch to the short side and had the blockers out there, and Dawson fought, but just about a yard short. Rams will take over. It'll be 1st and 10 on the Ram 45-yard line.
Wow, when the ball placement there, it really kind of made me wonder.
He was close in there. He fought hard, just couldn't move that pile at the end. But Tigers got a couple good plays there and moved the ball a little bit on that offensive series, so that's a positive there. Let's see if their defense can step up now.
9:42 remains in the ball game. 48-14, the Rams lead the Tigers here at Russ Bender Field in Red Oak tonight.
And it looks to me like the Rams still have their first team offense out there, Dan.
Mr. Stalder is still in the quarterback. He's in the shotgun position, one running back behind him.
We've got to get another guy over here. We have a guy uncovered over here.
They're going to run the ball. It's going to be a keeper by Stalder. He's going to run the near side of the field. He's going to turn the corner, get a nice gain of about 10 yards, but penalty flags are being thrown here on the play.
Braden Woods in on a tackle. Braden's been on a lot of tackles tonight. He came a long way to make that tackle. Landon Kowski did a good job from his cornerback position, forcing that runner to cut back up and in so Braden can get him from the backside.
Got a penalty flag on the play. Holding is the call against the Rams, so this one's not only going to come back, but it's going to come back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Would they get a hold on that, Dan?
Yeah, holding on that, yep. Isn't that interesting when they get positive yardage on the ground game there? Something like that happens.
Right.
So it's going to put the ball back to the 36-yard line. Going to be 1st and 20 for the Rams. Stalder still in at quarterback.
Defensively, you have an opportunity against first-team offense to make a stop. Our defense.
He's going to bring out Black up next beside him. He's going to hand it off to Black. He's going to go the far side. He's going to have a lot of room over there to run. He's going to break it, and he is going to be stopped by the Tiger defense after a good positive gain, brought down on the 39-yard line, but that's good enough for a Ram first down.
Yeah, he picked his hole well there. Was that Black, Nathan Black on the running back, Dan? Yep. Boy, he hit that hole, and, man, he went vertical right towards that end zone. That was a north-south runner once he broke it up.
He's their outside runner, and when he gets outside, he's got a lot of speed, where they use number 15, Jack Morton, for the inside runs. So now they got both of them back there in the backfield. No, just Mr. Black. And Stalder is in the shotgun position as quarterback. He takes a snap, hands off to Black. Black goes in the middle of the field. He's going to gain a couple yards before he's stopped by the defense. And a whistle to stop play after a gain of about 3. That's going to bring up 2nd and maybe 7 for the Rams.
Yeah,
Ball's going to be placed near the 35-yard line.
They hit you. This is by far also the most diverse offense we've seen all year, Dan. This team can throw long, they can throw short, they can pitch it outside and get you outside on the run. They can run it up in the middle. This is a really good offensive team.
And they approach the line here. Stalder still in a quarterback position, then a shotgun position. One running back behind him. He's got 2 receivers off to the left side, one off to the right. He's going to take the snap. He looks. He's going to play action. He's going to throw the ball near the far side of the field. The ball is up and falls incomplete.
Nice play there by Fernando Lepe. Came over and broke that up just as the ball was arriving. Nice play by Fernando. He timed that well. But there we go. They throw a nice deep ball, Dan. They went power game. They go deep. You know, you'd like to think defensively, Dan, you could take something away from an offense, make them one-dimensional. I'm not sure you can make Greene County one-dimensional because they can do just about anything out of their offensive
Jackson Morton with that speed, and he had broken all the way down the field, but it was a good defense by the Ruther Tigers there to break up that pass play.
Yeah, Fernando.
So now we're bringing up 3rd and 7, ball on the 35-yard line, 8:12 remaining in the game. Greene County leads the Ruther Tigers 48-14. Stalder back in the shotgun position. He's going to call for the ball, take the snaps, going to hand it off to the running back. Running back's going to try here on the left side of the line.
Good tackle by Nick Fouts.
Gain of a couple yards before he's brought down by Nick Fouts. That's number 28, Nathan Black.
Here we are 8 minutes ago in the fourth quarter, 48-14. And what do you see out there from the Tigers, Dan? You see tremendous effort on this defensive line.
There's no quit in them.
No,
they're still in the game. They're still going, and they're still playing.
Yeah, I mean, we're not being overly exaggerating here. That is exactly what's happening. The Tigers are giving great effort here.
Stalder quarterback. He's going to bring up Black next to him here on the backfield. He's going to confirm the play over on the sidelines. He moves up to the line, give him the final instruction.
I think he'd audibilize there.
Takes a snap, and he's going to turn and
did.
throw off to the far side of the field.
Good tackle. Chase Sandholm.
Nice pass off to the side.
Yep.
Gains a couple yards, but Chase Sandholm comes up. 2-point takedown by
He's
Mr.
short,
Chase Sandholm. That's going to be short and turn over the ball to the Ruther Tigers.
Great play there by Chase Sandholm. He read that. They're doing a little flat pass. They audibled out of the play, Dan. That tells you again about their offense. But Chase came up from his cornerback position, read it, got the tackle, held him to that first down marker, and Red Oak gets a defensive stop. Good for you guys.
There is no quit in that Chase Sandholm. He shoots that and makes a good tackle there. So 7:27 remains in the game. Red Oak takes over on the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
We've got an uncovered guy out here, Dan.
Got 2 receivers off to the right for the Tigers and only 1 defender. They're going to pitch it out to the backfield, though. He's going to turn on the outside. Austin Johnson turns out to the near side of the field. He tries to get around, but he's taken out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he was 1 block away from getting a big run there. Fernando did a good job because he was peeling back to try to make a block, and he held off because he was going to clip a guy. Though the guy got the tackle, he prevented from getting a push in the back there, which would have given, of course, the Tigers negative yardage.
Nice 4-yard gain by the Tigers. There's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Ball is going to be placed near the 35-yard line. 7:21 remains in the game.
Let's see. Now they brought it back this side. Let's see if they go back to the other side now, the open side on the other side of the field.
Max DeVries brings his offense to the line. He goes up under center, takes the snap. He's going to look off to his right. He's going to pass off here to Ryan Johnson, but the ball falls out of his hands, incomplete, before Johnson can haul it down.
Just a bit high there for Ryan. Couldn't get it, bring it down, so it sets up 3rd and 6 for the Tigers.
But we're seeing Max develop as a quarterback.
Oh,
he knows
yeah.
the plays that are coming, and he knows what to look for. It's just getting that technique and everything to line up for that.
Yeah,
Aiden Bruce comes in from the sideline, brings the play in to Max DeVries. He's going to relay it to the team, and they're going to approach the line with 7:17 left in the game.
Max is a confident kid. If anybody knows Max, this is a kid, and not overconfident, but just a very confident kid.
Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to
Riley
Fouts. Riley Fouts is going to try to go the far side, but he's stopped as he tries to turn the corner.
He won't go down. Even right there, you can just see Riley refusing to go down on that play for the Tigers, and they'll be forced to punt here on 4th and 7.
They were playing through the whistle, and Riley will just continue to play through it as well.
The
clock is running here with 4th down, but the Tigers are back in 4th and 8 situation, ball on the 32-yard line. 6:50 remains in the game as the Tigers line up in punting formation.
To me, all year I've been talking about Riley Fouts. I just think he plays with a heart and a passion on this football field. That young man really cares about his performance and his team.
Snap comes back to the punter. Punter kicks it away. He's going towards the middle of the field. Jackson Warnke is going to pick it up near the 35-yard line. He's going to run down the far side of the field, and he's going to get a good game before he's forced out of bounds near the 35 on the other side of the 50.
And that's where we talked about as you get more experience, being able to angle that punt. He's obviously a very dangerous return man. We need to punt the ball away from him, try to punt it to the sidelines if we can. But they're set up now, 1st and 10 for Greene County at the Red Oak, Dan? 30.
They're on the 40-yard line. And it looks like the officials are stopping the field for a sanitation break. So we're going to take a break as well. We'll take it back to the studios for a couple messages from our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. Russ Bend to field in Red Oak, Iowa. It's the Greene County Rams 48, Red Oak Tigers 14. And you know, Matt, something that's really inspiring as I'm watching here, we have, a 34-point difference. And the Red Oak Tigers are going to come out and play defense. But we got guys down here on the sideline practicing blocking, practicing their technique, guys that are not in the game that are working on things here on the sideline. That's inspirational when you go to watch this game play.
Yeah, they want to get better. You want to improve, and every play, every quarter, it means something.
Stalter still in as quarterback. He's back in the shotgun position. He's checking with the play from the sideline. They're bringing in another player. Apparently they were one short. One running back in the backfield comes up beside him. He's going to take the snap. He's going to bring it down himself. He's going to try to get some yards around the near side of the field. He's stopped after a gain of about 5 by the Red Oak Tiger defense. He's going to bring the ball down near the 34-yard line, which will be 2nd and 4 for the Rams.
Yeah, that's just a little quarterback, almost a wildcat there, although the quarterback's there. It's kind of a wildcat as a design run with the quarterback. And their offense is very evolved, which you can see. He's making checks at the line of scrimmage, Dan, based on what he sees.
Stalter once again back in the shotgun formation with one running back. He's got 2 receivers off to his left. He takes the snap, going to hand it to his
quarterback.
He brings it back down. He's going to keep it and go near the far side of the field. He's down the far sidelines. He's still on his feet. And it looks like they're going to whistle him out. The ball is going to be placed out near the 10-yard line.
Another little run-pass option there. He did not give it up back, kept himself, got around the corner, and turned on the burners and gets it all the way down to the Tiger 11, 10-yard line, 1st and 10 for Rams.
So 1st and 10, 1st and goal. 5:43 remains on the clock. 48-14. Greene County Rams are leading the Red Oak Tigers.
Tigers are making them earn it here. This is first-team offense round. They're making them earn it here.
Looks like Stalder reached down to tie his shoes. He's going to be in the shotgun position again. We'll see what he pulls down here. He's going to be a keeper now going around the left side. He's going to be advancing as far as he can, and he walks into the end zone untouched. Touchdown for the Rams.
Yeah, I'm not so sure there wasn't a holding there, but they didn't call it on Austin Johnson. He wound up taking his guy down on a tackle. But Rams roll in for the touchdown, 54-14.
So
54 unanswered points, Dan.
The Rams come out, kick the extra point. Going to set up to take care of that. Looks like we've got number 3 out there kicking for the Rams is Nathan Bean. Snap is back, the ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 5:37 remains in the game. The Greene County Rams have taken a 55-14 lead over the Red Oak Tigers. We're going to take a break, hear from some of our sponsors. You're listening to live Red Oak Tiger football on KCSI FM, Red Oak, Iowa. It's been a beautiful night here for homecoming for the Red Oak Tigers. Everything except this game. We've had 55 unanswered points by the Greene County Rams. Current score with 5:37 remaining in the ball game. Greene County 55, Red Oak Tigers 14. Greene County is just about ready to kick back off to the Red Oak Tigers again. Number 3, Nathan Bain, kicking off for the Rams.
Yeah, we'll see the Tigers here have 5 minutes left. They'll have a running clock here, I believe, correct, Dan? So we'll see if they can get a offensive series here. Maybe it might be their last time they touch the ball in the game here.
Well, last time Bain had somebody come up and hold the ball here because of wind. He kicked it about 10 yards deep into the end zone. So let's see how far he puts it this time. Kick is away. It's up towards the middle of the field. It is going to be shorter than that, though. It's going to be caught by Mr. Sandholm. He's going to go right up the middle of the field. No fear in that young man, not so ever. I tell you, he brings it out to the 37-yard line where the Red Oak Tigers offense will take over.
Yeah, I had Chase on my pregame locker room show, and Chase is a man of few words, but he enjoys competing in sports, especially on the wrestling mat. As Seth was telling us, he's a young man to watch this winter. When we have wrestling, Dan, I think there will be wrestling. Somehow, some way, there will be wrestling.
Certainly hope there will be with the fine reputation that Coach Teagan Podoliska has built here in the Red Oak community with that program. Sure would like to see the boys excel again and the good things that happen with that. Love watching wrestling meets. Right now, Max DeVries brought his offense to the line. He's up under center. He's going to fake the handoff, do some play action. He's looking to pass, but now he's going to bring the ball down
there you go. Run
on the far side of the field, and he's going to get a nice gain.
Now, I think that's a shot to the head there.
Really?
To me, I think that's a flag.
Nope, no flag on the play, but he took a very hard shot to the upper part of his body.
To me,
after a gain of about 3 yards, going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Red Oak Tigers.
It looked to me like he went to the head a little bit with that forearm shot there, but nice play there by Max. Max there, that's where he stepped up, Dan, avoided that rush, got around another guy, got some positive yardage.
Liz stopped in the backfield, got away from the defenders, and was able to work the ball towards the far side of the field. Got some good positive yardage on it. Ball's going to be placed near the 40-yard line as we're at 4:15 remains in the game. Max DeVries brings his offense up to the line. 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 receiver off to each side. He's going to hand it off to the first running back. He's going to cut through on the left side of the line, over guard, gain a couple yards.
3rd and 5 here for the Tigers. Be good for them to get some offensive execution here at the end of the game.
I believe that was Riley Fouts on the run there for the Tigers. Play comes in from the sidelines, and Mr. Landon Kaus, he's going to tell Mr. DeVries what the plan is. He takes it to the huddle.
3:40 to go as the clock is running. We're in a running clock situation now.
DeVries brings the offense to the line. He's going to come up under center this time. Once again, 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 receiver off to each side. Takes a snap. He's going to do the pitch to the second running back. That's Dawson Bond. Dawson's going to try to cut to the outside, but he's brought down by the defender with no gain on that play.
Yeah, he stretched it out, and he just couldn't get to that corner. Ram player came up, made a good tackle on wide receiver here. Just couldn't get that block down. 4th down for the Tigers. I think they'll probably punt here.
4th and 5 situation. We're looking to see what they're going to do. Looks like they're back in the punting formation. Greene County's not dropped anybody back yet so far.
It appears to me they still had most of their first teamers out there, at least most of them
now
on that
there
last
goes
defense
Warren. He's
session.
going to go back. He's going to stop around the 30-yard line. They're going to call for the punt. He calls for the ball, gets the ball back. Punt is away towards the middle of the field. It's up and bounces right by a Red Oak Tiger, but it's going to be down near the 20-yard line where Greene County will take over first down with 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, and I think you'll probably see the Rams substitute here. They'll bring in their second team unit here for this likely final series of the game, Dan, on Homecoming 2020. And the Tigers started out, gave the crowd a big boost there in that first quarter, up 14-0. And, it's the second week in a row we've seen some positive things come out of the Tigers in the first half. And
Red Oak Tigers are out on the field ready to go. Greene County's just kind of trying to get their stuff together.
Well, I think they're bringing their second unit, so they're getting them all organized over there, and the clock is running. But Red Oak's been some progression. Okay, we saw some good things out of Red Oak today, some big plays. Dawson Bond early in the game, so that's a good sign there for Red Oak. And what the most important thing we talked about, Dan, is competing to the end.
Looks like we've got number 14 coming out as a quarterback for the Greene County Rams. That's Gabe Ebersol. He's a freshman. He's going to call some signals in the play. Takes the ball, hands off to the running back. Going to break over the right side. It looks like that may be number 20, Gavin Sherman, who is a freshman running back. Gains for a couple yards, going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Rams.
Aiden Bruce in on the tackle there. Of course, Aiden's a freshman. We always talk about growth and development. Say it again, Red Oak's got 3 seniors on this team, Dan. It's a really freshman, sophomore-dominated team.
Once again, Gabe Ebersol brings his offense to the line for the Rams. He's got 1 running back in the backfield with him. He checks for the play on the sideline. Takes the snap, going to hand it off and brings it back down. He's going to run it himself on the far side of the field.
Good tackle.
And it's going to be a good tackle on that far side of the field.
I don't get that. I can't
that
see the
looks
number.
to me like Mr. Chase Sandholm.
Yeah, that's probably a Sandholm. That looks like
that's a 2-point
takedown.
Sandholm there.
I think every time he makes a tackle, we'll just call it 2-point takedown, Chase Sandholm.
And he did a good job. Stopped him and kept his feet moving and did a nice drive into the ground. Short gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7 as we got 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. Rams will get off 1 more play, then that'll probably it for the night. Ebersol back in the quarterback position once again. He's got 1 running back in the backfield with him. He takes the snap. He's going to turn, hand it off to the running back. Running back tries the middle. He's going to gain some good yards, good first down yardage. Break it over to the 35-yard line.
Yep. First down. That probably would do it right there, Dan.
Gavin Schuerman is the ball carrier for the Rams that time. They're going to bring the ball out there. They're going to get the change reset.
And
about 10 seconds left in the game.
I think that will be
like
it.
The Rams are going to be happy with calling that a game. So tonight, Homecoming 2020 here at Russ Benda Field. The Red Oak Tigers come out on fire, score 14 points right away, but the Greene County Rams come back and score 55 unanswered points. So your final score, Greene County 55, Red Oak Tigers 14. We'll be back with more coverage of Red Oak Tiger football from Russ Benda Field in just a few minutes. You're